There was a time where hip-hop culture and geek culture were at odds, clashing over dominance amongst society on who deserves the right to be considered best. The great culture feud lasted for decades, with no end in sight, until one crew decided enough was enough. Deuce, Liv, Bacardi, and Didge, collectively known as Geekset, stepped up when the world needed it and became the only place that blends hip-hop culture and geek culture.
All right. Welcome back to the Geekset Podcast, the only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces, and with me I got my man Liv.
It's your boy Liberace, a.k.a. the Sofrito Papi. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on?
We got Bacardi in the building.
What's good, everybody? How are we fucking doing today?
We are doing great. And as always, we got Didge in the building.
What is happening, people, for the 100th episode?
Snake ass nigga.
So, a little backstory to the listeners. We had some technical difficulties about 2 minutes ago where Ron's mic completely went out. And we had an intro, and I stole the 100th episode. They got on my ass. So this time, I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna say the glory for Deuces to go ahead and do it.
I mean, he already do it. Should have been saved for after the introduction. Nigga, like, because if y'all could have started out like, hey, this is Deuces in the 100th episode. I got my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas like,
I didn't wait for that too, but.
Y'all niggas is trash, fam.
But yeah, number 100, y'all. Like,
right. A lot of podcasts don't get to that, man.
I see. That's why you beat everybody to the motherfucking punch. I see. Definitely. That's how shit end, nigga. Like, that's what we all, nigga. Like, that's what happened. Yes, fam. 100 though.
100 episodes.
100 of those.
100 of them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas didn't even realize that shit. That's what I'm saying. That's just 100. Just feel. Even the fact that we podcast pretty much bi-weekly. It's like 100. Like, it's a long-ass motherfucking time.
Long-ass time, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot of podcasts. There's only two podcasts a month.
That's a lot of hours. A lot of our podcasts are going 3 hours.
We're 3 years in, right?
Watermelon.
Yeah, we'll be on 4 next month. Next month will be 4.
Next month, really?
Yeah, September 17th.
Crazy.
Okay. Yeah, next month will be our 4 year.
Man, crazy.
So we pretty much, so we finished 100. It took us 3 years to do 100. Pretty much 4 years.
You can give it a 4.
Yeah, because I mean, but like I said, we got, man, whoever been listening or who listened to it all, you've listened to that's
like, I don't even listen to our shit no more. Like, I gave up.
Oh man,
that's like
no.
Because some of our episodes are like 2 hours and 3 hours long.
Yeah, you listen to a lot of our lives if you listen to all 100 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that there's somebody who literally listens to every single episode.
There probably is.
There is
actually.
Yeah,
I've listened to every episode.
Yeah, Ray said he been listening since day one.
He listens to every episode though.
That's what he said.
Probably
because what?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Remember, Petey's our cousin.
Yeah,
and so Petey put him on. You know, Petey been listening.
Petey been listening since day one to every single one.
I think so. I think there's more people than you think who've listened to every episode.
And I know personally there's been people who've watched everything since we started putting them on YouTube.
Okay. I can take that one. Yeah. I can take that one. I can take watching those on YouTube a little bit more.
Yeah, because you could just play it on TV at the crib.
But but also as I'm saying,
you can do the same thing with the podcast.
I feel like from even like thinking about like the numbers and everything we had.
You were right.
You know, pretty much 4 years ago, to now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about the numbers we got. I mean, a lot of the, like, I think what Deuce was saying earlier too, talking about like, you know, you got your day ones that are actually the day one, and then it's like now we're gonna have people who are day ones when we started going to
I don't know if I can let her in
and everything like that. What? Someone's here?
Ty Davis just joined in. Hold on. Let me
joined in where?
The Zoom.
Like the Zoom's still going?
We still got the Zoom.
I sent the link. So anybody who goes to the link is going to...
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Boy, this man's overzealous. Had a live going 20 minutes before we got a podcast.
I didn't even know that was happening.
I don't be on Facebook.
I tag niggas.
I don't be on Facebook. I don't have Facebook,
driving.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. You could have... I mean, I didn't know.
I didn't even know. Like...
He didn't put it in the group text.
I haven't my texts in our chat. Haven't even been going through.
Are you signed in as Geekset?
Yeah, I am. But I don't
I mean, you could have had...
participants.
The tablet's out. The tablet's out in the room.
No, we got it right. We're going to bring it over here.
Brand,
Ty, what's good? I think you're on mute.
or you're on silent.
Nope. Are you on?
Oh, okay.
What up?
We out here. We recording our.
Hello. I can't even be over on that side. Like I'm all the way drifted out to the right. Like
I was reaching out to people to have people tap in, and I wanted Ty to tap in because I got introduced to Ty via Zooming with the homies, and you know what I'm saying, helped her out with one of her logos, but she's been fam ever since then. And one of
you helped me out with like 2 logos. Don't be trying short sell yourself. Don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, we don't need Rudy getting any more props. Yeah. we don't need that.
Rudy was trying to be humble. You know what I'm saying?
We want him to.
He already got Ty Davis on the show. You know what I'm saying? Ty Davis on the show.
Like, just like, oh, hey, guys.
But what's dope about Ty, man, is just like, you know what I'm saying, she's just been fam from the get-go. And then our episode on 101 with Deuces, we had a really, really dope conversation. She gave, like I said, she the one that said Batman versus Superman is pretty much the police versus and that clip had me in tears.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense though.
Batman versus Superman. I stand by what I said because, you know, a couple people slid in my DMs. They was upset about what I said, but I very much said what I said. Also, today's my birthday.
I was going to say that.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Like, Liv, that's what I'm saying. How do Liv get showed, man?
I'm the mysterious figure.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit lit already, but I said that Superman versus Batman is like the police and the Capitol Rioters. That's what that battle is.
So, also, my birthday is Saturday. So, like it's...
Big Leo energy, what up? That's why we connected from the jump, because, you know, we already know what it is.
Right.
That's what we getting an invasion.
Right? It's like this is Leo invasion. Like,
I'm going to mess around and lose followers today because I am being so annoying. I am being so extra, but I don't care. Shoot.
It's your birthday. You deserve that.
No, that's that Leo energy. It's
the birthday. You deserve to be able to be extra online.
Yeah. So, Ty, man, I just want...
I mean, I'm extra all the time, but on my birthday, it's like extra squared.
Right.
Like, I be ridiculous.
But Ty, I just wanted to reach out, man. I wanted you to tap in because, like I said, as much as the growth of the Geekset podcast that we had, you were part of that, and I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, have the people be able to hear you, and just, you know, wanted to get people to tap in. So thanks for tapping in. We're going to continue our episode. I just wanted to, you know, have you have that moment. But while you here, just tell people where to find you.
Y'all can find me, well, I don't know how long you're going to be able to find me there, but you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Fanbase. I just got verified on Fanbase, blue check on these hoes. But the other social media platforms, they threaten to kick me off every day. But still go try to find me at Comedian Ty Davis on everything. And if you see that I'm in your city, pull up on me. If you don't know if I'm coming to your city, follow me and continue to support the Geekset Podcast. They show me so much love, and I appreciate you guys. And happy 100th episode to
Thank you. Hey,
thank you. Thank you so much. That's that birthday slap.
Hey, you slapped, ain't you? You slap dog, slap diggity dog. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Ty. All right.
She had that bop like she was like.
That's that birthday celebration.
Oh yeah, that was shout out to Ty Davis hitting us up. I appreciated that.
No, definitely, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, think about like all the people that we've been able to cross, you know what I'm saying, that we got to. You know, we had the Zoom going on earlier. Everything is Batman, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to him. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
me and Lib up with merch and comic books. And then him and Lib, they got their bromance over the comic books and everything. Then Ray popped in from the Discord. You know what I'm saying? And he is somebody that's a huge part of our Discord because he contributes so much to it and everything like that, right? But then like you know, we met Gotham Geek Girl became family, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then just the people that we interview, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know, Gene Ellie, he said that he told us congratulations. He said he wasn't able to make it or pop in because he's filming right now, but he did hit us up in the DM and said congratulations on the 100th episode.
Shout out to Gene.
You know what I'm saying? And then like, you know,
I mean,
shout out to Corn.
Corn. I got Corn that you did. You know, we had action figures. You know,
I'm still waiting on that, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all pretty much got to be y'all like the second year. Y'all saying like after the 100.
Corn,
like,
if you're listening,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Corn.
I would like my custom.
Look at it.
No, he working on it though.
I know he is. Oh yeah, we know he is.
He just printed me out an NPC. So
I told him. I said take as many. I'm not rushing greatness, so take as long as you want to,
right?
And then just send it. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta let the creator work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's how you get it. That's what they did. Yeah, Didge is still waiting. Didge ain't even been started.
Not even.
No, he told last time I talked to him, he said as soon as he finishes Lib, he'll get started. He said he already had ideas for mine though. He was like, "Oh, yours is gonna be easy."
He sent me plenty of progress though.
Yeah,
he was like already know what to do.
Don't you get so geek when you get the progress pictures? You were like,
I showed y'all.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, definitely shout out to that.
He printed out a 3D NPC and painted it, you know. So
oh really?
I got.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
excuse me.
And see, that's why.
And
that's why what makes Corn so dope is that he's been listening for a while, so he knows our personalities.
There's certain
things. So everybody got different.
That's what I'm saying. Is Corn in the Discord? He need to get in the Discord because
I asked him.
I think he said he doesn't do Discord or something.
No,
like that.
I remember he was like sending a link. But we always post it, so I'm like, you gotta see the link.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. But I just know that he used to always like hit me. You know, to like DM me when he hit a show or whatever. To kind of tell me something. I'm like, fam, you don't have to talk to them in the Discord.
And then especially like it'll be cold. He show his collection because
he definitely he don't even realize the battle of the collections that he would be showing in there. Yeah,
you know, Tony in the Discord, he be going off on his collection.
Tony, his collection is dope though.
Yeah, his collection cold, but he be showing his weekly haul. So like, I definitely want to shout out the Discord. Like, I feel like this is the era what we're doing right now. We shouting out the people who help us get there.
Yeah.
Like the Discord, people from Anime Milwaukee who helped us. We were able to do press 2 years in a row there.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll, we did a lot with Crunchyroll.
Mighty Con's been huge for us, man.
It's wild how much stuff over the course of 100 episodes.
Shit, I mean, what we were able to do. Shout out to Milwaukee Public Schools.
Yeah. Milwaukee Public Schools, Wakanda Con.
We thought that was going to really be the break that we was going to be teaching kids podcasting there. You know what I'm saying? We thought we was going to have our own little Geekset school and shit, dog. Like, we thought we was on to something
the
that
Geekset charter school.
Right, dog.
Shit,
left them kids alone. Like,
St. Kate.
Yeah, shout out to St. Kate. Shout out to John and St. Kate.
Mighty Con. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah, we said Mighty Con. But
what was the first one y'all went to? The first con y'all went to?
Well, that was we just went on our own.
We just went on our own.
Like the people we mentioning are people who've actually given us opportunities.
And what kind of con? I mean,
I don't even know what that con was. It was a horror con or something.
Yeah,
I just remember Spider-Man eyes.
But it was something that was along that growth.
Yeah. And then we also old boy that was talking shit about what movie was coming out?
The Power Rangers?
No, Shazam.
Because we talked to the original
Shazam.
The OG Shazam.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Y'all did have some. Didn't he? Wasn't he mad about something?
Yeah, he kind of didn't like it.
Yeah,
he was like
he tripped. Shazam was pretty damn good.
Shazam was pretty good.
He was petty about it.
Yeah, he was kind of petty about it. But yeah, man.
I'm trying to think what else to put. Like, fair. I mean,
shout out Steve Cardenas gave us one of our first interviews.
Steve Cardenas was I thought he was the first.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
And that was just humbug, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you think about,
he was right next to us, on his table. Remember?
And that's what I'm saying. But I'm like, we wasn't nobody though. Like, he just saw like some niggas at the table just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't even nobody.
We got to clip out the Go Geekset Rangers. We need that as a drop.
We can.
We dropped the ball by waiting so long to clip that out.
Ian Sinclair.
We can use that whenever. That's
that's ours, nigga.
We definitely dropped
that. Matter of fact,
that video for sure is on YouTube, and it's probably. I'm sure we have it somewhere.
All right, if it's in the drive, I'll get the audio.
I don't know if the episode's in the drive, but you can download it.
You can download it from YouTube.
I'm trying to get pristine quality. So
look at that. You can download the exact quality from Spreaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from the show. Yeah, you will be able to download the audio.
You have to convert it into an MP3.
It'll already be MP3
on there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't want it MP3.
But we converted it. Remember, at that time, that's when Poindexter was doing it.
Everything was gonna be MP3 because we wouldn't have any other raw audio.
But Ian Sinclair, voice actor of Weiss, he gave us that interview.
Oh yeah.
That was really dope.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah. So there's just so many little things that you.
You know what? And if I'm not mistaken, Mickey Fax was the first one on one-on-one with Deuces, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to bro too, because that, like, I didn't know like Deuces was gonna take it that far. You know, like it's like that shit is dope. It keeps going.
Yeah.
It keeps fucking going.
Yeah.
Like now he just hit us up. Like we don't even be in shock no more. Like you know,
I didn't notice that. Like
we like
I thought it
the flyers.
like you better be.
Yeah, he be throwing the flyers in everything. Like, look what I did. Like, fam, okay, we on fire. Like we on
now
fire.
it's expected at this point.
Yeah,
like,
that's what we just wait. You know what I'm saying? This get bigger and bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. He just waiting there. He's like, that's how he knows.
With that one super top tier though, that's what the black. Oh,
I know that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
he
waiting
on.
to see which one it is.
Like that's what he weighing his options with it. You know what I'm saying?
Like I had a moment with it because, like I said, when I posted the Jay Ellis, like I said, that he did comment on there like, nigga, we out here.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. For me, out of the one-on-ones is still Uncle Ruckus. Like getting that to me, like getting that and being able to talk to the.
My bad, Ron.
But no, I'm saying that was putting my. I mean, just because just being such a big Boondocks fan, and just pretty much getting like even having him pretty much go in Uncle Ruckus mode on the one-on-one and all that kind of stuff.
Remember,
like,
we still got that drop. That's on there too. Remember?
He did it a drop for us too.
Let me tell you, said shout out to the Geekset Podcast.
Hey, after this episode, shit gonna be live.
Mad drops.
You gonna sound like radio, nigga.
Yeah. You want to say? You said the Kev on stage?
No. I think the Kev on stage one was the one for me that was like, oh damn, like, okay, like this is good because you know, Kev on stage is pretty hot right now. You know, he's
I mean, he been on
really
the fire
good.
for a while.
So you know, and that was just kind of like legitimizing like the whole idea and the whole concept. To me, at that point, it made it like
it made it solid.
It made it realer.
Yeah, it made it solid,
more solid because you know he didn't have to do that shit.
No, he didn't.
He don't. You know, he don't need to do the small stuff because now he does bigger stuff with bigger folks. So it was a humbling moment, but it was also like, okay. This gonna go.
That was the turning point for it because it did legitimize the show, and after that, it was just
notice like Rudy got some confidence, like he changed, like he morphed after that.
Well, because there was two moments.
He morphed.
Remember? Because I remember I showed you.
Year 4 we gonna get Liv to not say Rudy and Ron anymore. You think year 4 go?
I got Bacardi and Deuces.
You think that's gonna happen after Hunned?
But there was
your
two
phone
moments.
the feds and Liv is the feds. You know what I'm saying?
Because him doing it, but also in the moment of him being thoroughly impressed by the quality of
like
what
the layout,
was there.
The layout of the
because like you know what I'm saying, he did it on camera, unprompted, and I was just like, oh shit. I'm like, this guy works with multi-million-dollar companies,
right?
And he was impressed by this, and like I said, to this day, I remember when everybody was doing Zoom. Yeah, everybody was just doing the black screen.
Zoom was the new social media,
right? But after that, I start seeing a change. Like people were having overlays on these channels. And I'm like, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You gotta,
and that's why that's why I changed it up. You see, notice now I'm changing. I'm like the new one. It got video. It got a little
you got the moon moving and everything. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta. But I mean, that's when you feel that confidence in the sense where you feel like you kind of like whether you don't feel like you the first one to do it, but it's like you can still notice. Like I definitely know it's a shift. Like I started some kind of shift. Then now you gotta like kind of like. Just kind of keep raising the bar for motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, if you're already paying attention to my overlays, you know what I'm saying? Wait till y'all see that little move. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait till you see all these, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, that's what makes it great because it's like, I feel in a sense now, if you become now competitive in the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, we become competitive now because we are like matching energies with everybody who's trying to do things other than like, even though we set our own lane. But our lane got us to now that we're, you know what I'm saying, we're getting ourselves to be equal with a lot of more people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I thought, man. So King Vader. I mean, you got shout out. He gave us 2. Then he pretty much gave us 2 interviews. Yep. So shout out to King Vader. You know what I'm saying?
Please, like.
Care Please. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Care Please. We don't even have Care. We never even at least Care Please interview. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta get
that we have the best story. Like we don't even talk about that story, nigga. Like the fact that we was like the Crunchyroll.
We talked about it. We talked about it once.
Like the fact that we had to crunch to try to do that interview, nigga.
The story though, like we didn't. I think we talked about it that next podcast episode.
Yeah.
And then, but we didn't. I don't think we even went fully into it because we were still sort of living.
I wish I remember security guard day that was looking out for us, man. That shit was clutch.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like that was some real
Bro,
nigga shit. Like we was
clutch.
like, yeah, bro, I got you. I'm gonna keep an eye like
Man,
niggas. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
he
you think
tried
about
his hardest to he put that effort to make sure.
And I ain't had no shirt for fam. I think I ain't had no side shirt.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't have his
I was talking about dude.
Next time we out at San
That's
Jose.
why we gotta get rally towels. We gotta get other stuff outside of shirts.
Yeah. I mean,
rally
you definitely want to
towels,
give somebody something.
keychains.
Yeah.
Like, well, we
But
got more merch now.
Yeah, we got.
Matter of fact, let's talk about that too. Like Bacardi and
merch.
the evolution of the merch. Because, like I said, when Bacardi came on, and starts doing the merch, at first it was just regular logo tees.
Yeah.
And then Bacardi came, his first No Dub collection. That's when he started, changing it up and everything like that. And
I mean, that's what I didn't even
just growing with it, man.
I feel like I actually simplified. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the No Dubs was like my imagination running fucking wild. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what happens.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I mean, you got the freedom now. Like when you really acknowledge, I'm like, fam, I can make clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Think about when
Obey
Obey first came out.
Huh?
Think about things like when Obey
You
first
hit your,
came out.
that was your 90s era.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy in the 90s.
Right, yeah.
And then,
Because-
minimalists come back.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Because Obey now, they'll literally it just be a gray sweater with Obey in red, like nothing.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But it's like you built that brand, and that's when the one thing about what you did for us, like, and this is why I tell everybody all the time, like all the pieces matter, no matter what the case. I'm like, yeah, one-on-one with Deuces help solidify us, make our name, things like that. But the brand of what Geekset is, that Bacardi helped shape that actual brand because you gave us the clothing, the identity. You gave us you gave us the themes and stuff like that.
It's essentially that. It's the rapping.
Yeah.
When you going out
what
there,
you see also, you know
what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like we needed it. I mean, I feel like the stuff that we were doing, you know what I'm saying, and what we were trying to represent out there, you know what I'm saying. I feel like it was like a moment to be like, I mean, when I saw it, like, and like I said, remember we all talked about it when we talked about it in the beginning, like, Liv said the same shit, like we didn't think how long this was gonna go, you know what I'm saying. So it was like when I had my moment where it clicked on me, like this shit can really fucking go,
right?
You know what I'm saying. Then it was like, well, then how do we fucking brand this? You know what I'm saying. Like, so it's like it was like once you start realizing that what we doing, that's what I'm saying. Even when you think about all the shit that we've done, every little, like I said, having people like the doorman at Crunchyroll that let us do an interview, and like getting calls from the MPS, like all these random people that we still were thinking we was little as a motherfucker was just giving us like, I got you, you know what I'm saying. Where you start collecting those and realizing like, hey, motherfuckers fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That was definitely our first thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You so used to just clawing and scratching, like we get every single effort.
And I think that's like it's so weird because like we are so used to getting out the mud, and like there was a point like I would like I tell people all the time, like there was a point where I'm like, okay, I want to get us established with somebody and stuff like that, and then I was like, but everything that we're doing is telling me don't worry about that, just do y'all
right.
And so you know what I'm saying, once I had that click and everything, I was like, you know what? And that's why, like, I love, like, with the branding, after the Zoom's over in general, there's always a moment that I'm still just talking with the guest. And, I'll have the geek behind us or something behind us.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? And I love I call Bacardi every time it happens. Yo, somebody, they was like, yo, tell me about that shirt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lawrence Gilliard. Before we end the Zoom, he's like, before we end the Zoom, I need to know two things. What is up with that shirt and where can I get it? Right. And it was that one was just the regular white geeked with the black white shirt with the black geeked on it.
I loved it.
But he wanted
like,
that.
Really,
you know what I'm saying?
And
it caught his eye just like that. Same thing with Mike Wade. Shout out to Mike Wade from Jupiter's Legacy. Same thing. He was like, yo, can I get it in the color of my suit? And I'm like, yeah, we got you. We gon', and you know what I'm saying? So people like that. You know what I'm saying? But again, we're so used to getting out the mud. Like that right there, that's that impulse. You walk past Zoom, he's like, oh, what's that shirt? Let me get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we have that, that, like, that, to me, I was like, that was so dope. And again, it's us not understanding what we actually built.
Yeah,
we're still
trying to build.
Yeah, we're still thinking like, damn, how can we brand this? And then it's like it's been proven that like it just catches people's eye. They see Geek, they're like, yo, what's that?
Right.
You know?
I mean, and I feel like I feel like it works all together though too. Because I mean,
get
like
all the time when I wear like a Geek shirt.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it all works together. I mean, when you look at it now, like branding and having our own merchandise and having keychains or whatever, if someone wants it, it's like it's knowing that. Like y'all doing some shit, y'all doing some good shit. I definitely want to show, you know what I'm saying? I want to show whatever, because it's like what we do without merch would be just pretty much just giving, you know what I'm saying? So it's like to have someone want to wear something like, I mean, I think just in the general of anybody who prints shirts and makes shirts, design clothes, whatever, to have someone desire to want to wear something that you've, you know what I'm saying, that you've made, or that's part of your brand, that, you know what I'm saying, or the culture that you're trying to create, like, lets you know that you are spreading, you know what I'm saying, that it's the spread is going, you know what I'm saying, so it's definitely like, I feel like, you know, after the year of course, like of going through No Dubs, and I still really want to bring No Dubs back out. Like, I'm eventually dab into a collection.
I mean, like I told dog, the '90s era, everything.
I mean, you gotta bring them back.
You do the retro.
There's no lawsuit, dog.
I'm gonna shout
out Sonics, because a lot of people sold that sticker up on Sonics.
I'll get a picture at least once a month. And half the time, be from the same motherfuckers. I'm like, dog, you don't remember sending this to me? Like,
but the fact, didn't somebody send it to you?
Yeah, somebody sent it to me. Somebody sent it to me before. Like, having random stickers throughout the city,
from people to Rock and then to me. Like,
but shout out our sticker pack, man. We got some dope ass stickers, man.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got. We definitely had some good. We had some dope stickers, man.
Yeah, man.
So I mean,
the fact that we even have that. The fact
that
we even have
the
stickers.
imagination of the shit that we like. I just really like when you think about a lot of other podcasts and a lot of other people. Even if you think about where they are at their stages, like some people really just podcast, and that's what we started out as. We really just podcasted. You know what I'm saying? And you're saying, like, I think it just kind of grew from the moment where he was like, we should do conventions too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know, you do conventions and it's like, well, now we should, you know, try this or do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the great thing about this 3 years or 4 years we get into that, you know, or just, or even getting into the 100th episode, the fact that, like, there's always been moments where it's like, we should just try this. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, like, really just doing, like, the same thing doing the same thing for a long time. So it's like, having moments that you can go back and highlight and realize it was like you thought you were owning something right here, and then be like, no, we're gonna try this now, and just would flip. Like, I mean, shout out to pretty much all three of the locations we have been in the past episodes.
Bro, there's so much stuff that we could be here the rest of the night.
I mean, we could.
Because I was gonna say we didn't even talk about the press coverage. We was in like 4 different magazines.
That's what I'm saying. If we were shouting out, we could be here the rest of the night shouting out.
I mean, I definitely want to shout out. We got to shout out Poindexter though.
Shout out Poindexter.
Poindexter literally is the reason we're podcast. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a big shout out to Poindexter, starting out in his basement. Then starting out, you know, working with him at building grounds. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we pretty much got
it went from the basement to 2035 to building grounds.
Was it 2035? Oh, we did do 2035 for a minute.
That short,
I forgot it was that. That was actually a nice little place though, too.
But that was kind of in between. That was kind of like in there, because we still recorded with Poindexter.
Yeah.
We didn't do that studio all the time. We would do it once in a while.
Yeah.
We did our little first live show there, kind of like
that was
like
our
live pilot to see.
But that show was hilarious. I forgot what bro named the white cat. Because remember, he knew he was hood as shit.
Oh, was that Micah?
Talking about Micah.
That was Micah, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was Micah.
Just having a hood person there who really don't know anything about anime or everything like that, and then trying to learn it, like, that was like, to me, that was like what Geek said it was. It was blending those.
I forgot about that. That hurts now. That hurts my heart now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I did not know that.
I didn't know if we could. I just said I didn't know.
That's why I pushed.
Okay.
The
I didn't know if we could say.
Sorry about
bleep it out of there.
Yeah, we'll bleep it out because I didn't know.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a good moment too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I didn't, but I forgot about 2035 Studios. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I forgot. And
shout out Maine, because Maine been a supporter of us from a minute. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that ran 2035.
Oh yeah, shout out to Maine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I mean, like I said, like. I mean, that's what I wanted to definitely make sure we was going to move on to Poindexter.
Yeah.
Like, that
makes
like
sense.
The fact, you know what I'm saying? The fact that, I mean, even that, you know, shout out to Poindexter. You know, we all got love for him.
That's little drone buddy now. They be out there flying.
Yeah, we be out there flying drones.
They be out there flying
It's been
drones.
a minute, Chris, if you're listening.
So I mean, but yeah,
I want me to stun on with the new one. That's why.
It's definitely a lot, fam. We can probably go through archives of pictures and to figure out shit that we forgot that, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty.
I'm sure.
3 years is actually, 4 years now.
You know what's funny?
Actually a really long time.
The last thing, there was a moment where we was like, all right, every time we here, so we can get the best photos. Make sure everybody take photos. That was the main thing we focused on. Everybody just taking photos of just in random conversations. So if you go back that first year, it is just random shots of us talking because it's like, all right, I'm talking, so I know Liv got to catch me. But then if I'm seeing Picardi talking, I'm gonna have to sneak him one, and then Picardi gonna have to sneak Liv.
Shift around, I mean, the fact, man, we did everything. We did everything by ourselves. Like,
and our shit sucked in the beginning.
Like, we did everything by ourselves.
Like, we kind of were like, we were really shabby, lots of nervous swag going on.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, walking around interviewing people the first kind, so like the cons down, like I'm saying, like we did.
But that one con where you did get a chance to interview some people when we saw Roshi and everything.
That was Anime Milwaukee.
Anime Milwaukee.
That was like, that's when, because remember, that's the first time we really saw Liv actually
talking
on camera.
Yeah, then I realized I don't like doing that shit and I don't want to do it. So
I remember that's how I got to y'all like late. They was like, we gonna get you in here real quick to talk to somebody. I'm like, we ain't gotta do all that. Like niggas didn't want to talk at first. Like that's what I'm saying. Deuces has been the only nigga that's like, nigga, we gotta get on camera. Nigga, like
the second year Anime Milwaukee was it? The second year Anime Milwaukee. Remember, Deuces didn't make it the first day. It was me and you walking around talking and interviewing people.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But that's because I had to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was trying to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? But
these are facts. He was
from the beginning though, Deuce has always been like, nigga, we finna get out this bitch. He had the little court, like he was ready, dog. Like
mic and shit,
like Deuce was ready, bro. Like the fact that we was like, we finna go out here with the mic and press like the fact that you would get all that shit together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers, we could have always just went to conventions and just reviewed or, you know what I'm saying, wrote some shit up, but it's like, niggas put all it, like, bro, we gonna bring a camera, we gonna use phones, we gonna bring a mic, we gonna do all this shit, interview people and talk to people. Like, we were really, and we wasn't even during then, wasn't even touching, like celebrity. We were just interviewing people who was cosplaying, like what you wearing, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were talking
folks.
Ribbon.
Ron had that Rose Fest. Batman, remember the Batman that was there at MomoCon? Oh,
and that's why I love that picture. Remember when I finally sat down and then he came. Like, it's us. I'm handing him the car, but y'all back there like that picture is one of my favorites.
I gotta find that picture,
Thanos when I sent y'all that, because I saw the Thanos. I sent y'all the pictures.
I remember the Thanos. I saw the Thanos.
I mean, we were so. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like. Because now I would feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think after the years of doing it so long, like, now I feel bad and I would want to in my head. You know what I'm saying?
I do it in secret. We don't do it in secret.
But it was something like we didn't talk about. Like,
we was roasting, dog. Like, recording it all. We didn't give a fuck.
We was on some real bro shit early, bro. Yeah. We was like, we the geeks that's gonna be motherfucking popular. We gonna talk about the other geeks. Like,
we really wanted to be frat boys. We really wanted to be frat boys.
We were definitely frat boy geeks.
That's how I imagined it in the beginning. Like, be like,
but that was that internet era. That was that era of the internet.
But that, I mean, it is. I mean, in that. It's always been the internet era, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm saying that was how that was then.
Yeah,
kind of. I mean,
I guess. I mean, you gotta think it has been we gotta think we've been podcasting during the shift of society as well. So now, like that's what I'm saying. Like, now you ain't gonna make no posts. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a lot of problems with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a lot of shit going on with that. It's gonna be very sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
You just
zoned out for a second.
Yeah,
no, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking about all that shit we've been doing. Like,
you see it?
I'm like, what's going on?
I know I look funny as a bitch too because I felt it when I was doing it. I was like,
you had that moment where it kind of felt tingly and nut, like you was about to catch.
But I was concerned.
And it was right after talking though. So I'm like, hey, remember I told you they could be reset.
That's why I was wrong. What did he say?
Looked like I was having a stroke.
I think I went blue screen real quick.
Like, what you just said? I'm like, fam,
I did go blue screen, right?
This nigga had to control out delete to reset, nigga. Like, I get it. He had that moment found. Yeah. So I mean, like you said, we could talk that shit.
We could recap.
Yeah,
that could be a podcast in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if anything, maybe we'll start. For next month, we do some clips or something. We can
find something.
Segment. Everybody talk about their favorite moments and some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because there's definitely a lot to talk about.
Right. So let's go. Just want to talk Suicide Squad real quick. Dish said he fell asleep on it.
I fell asleep on it too.
Really?
But y'all can talk about it.
Yeah,
I watched it a couple times. I liked it.
It wasn't bad.
It was definitely better than the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the hatred of it. Like, people who really think it's trash. But I thought it was definitely better than the first one.
I think it's one of the top DC movies.
That's what I think.
I really do.
Like I thought
That's
it
not
was
saying much.
I mean,
yeah, I know, but still, I liked Shazam. I liked Suicide Squad 2. Suicide Squad 1, I liked it, but it's like one of those. It's like one of those movies, like
it was okay. To
it was just wasn't. It was too serious.
No, it wasn't a seriousness. It was it was who they made the main villain. Remember, they fucked it up because the main villain wasn't supposed to be Huntress.
Oh yeah,
Enchantress.
But I mean, Enchantress. Yeah, but it was supposed to be Joker. So it was like
it was pretty weak. It looked like it was pretty weak. It looked like I don't know how to explain it, but it didn't look good. It wasn't dope.
I hated
the first Suicide Squad. To me, was just too serious. Like the way they put it together.
Part 2 was
it
better.
had so much everywhere. Like James Gunn did super dope on it.
Yeah,
I really fucking liked it. I liked the villain.
The villain. That was
which one though? Which one are you talking about? Because there was a couple.
I'm talking about Starro.
Oh, cool. So I liked Starro. I liked Starro. Like they had the Thinker in there. I like that too, and it was
That's such a trash name for a villain.
What?
The Thinker.
Well, I mean,
DC always.
I know, but DC got some of the trashiest heroes.
Man-Bat, like they just flipped Batman to Man-Bat. Like, okay, Batman is a human, but Man-Bat is gonna be.
They got what's it? The detachable limb boy.
Yeah.
Like,
it's unattachable.
DTC. When the DTC.
Yeah, something like
detachable
that.
kid.
Yeah,
DTK.
detachable kid, something like that.
Oh no,
yeah.
it's TDK, the detachable kid.
TDK.
The detachable kid. Yeah,
which was terrible.
I like that beginning scene.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what.
Like
the beginning scene was classic.
I thought that shit was dumb. I was like, this is a nice way to start the movie.
Killing, like they killing everything. Like, because it's funny because that movie that I was telling y'all about, that Darkness last time, when I was telling you about, like I said, was Darkness in the Clouds or whatever, right? Remember I was telling you about that movie?
Oh, you know what? I know what movie you're
Talking about.
Clouds. Yeah, that's
remember I told you.
I tried to remember the name because I know we kept botching it last time.
But so the reason, one of the things that I liked about that, no, not Shadow in the Clouds. What's the other movie? The movie I was telling you about, the Hitman one, where they was killing, they was bringing people to, they was like hunting humans. It was my recommendation last time.
Shit, I don't know.
Hunting humans?
The Hunted?
Oh, you talking about the white girl?
Yeah. So the reason why I liked that movie, the beginning of it, and it kind of reminded me of Suicide Squad. You saw big name actors and actresses in the beginning, so you're like, oh, this probably they probably about to have a killer role, and then they get killed ASAP. So in Suicide Squad, when they did that, you're like, all right, Pete Davidson, he got a good enough name. Killed immediately.
He was the first,
Merle in that.
Old boy who Captain Boomerang. You like, okay, he from the last one. He from the last.
I was salty, bro.
But I felt off when they had the Weasel nigga. Anyway, I was like, it gave me Deadpool X-Force vibe where everybody just had to play.
So to your point, what that was you who said you were wondering why people said that they didn't like it.
Yeah,
that was why.
Because of Weasel?
Because of the
vibe. They were like,
it was a very Guardians of the Galaxy-ish kind of vibe.
But it had to be more mature, so
because it had the same tropes as Guardian of the Galaxy. You got the animated weird fucking animal.
That was why people were and it's weird that they think that because of who was the director, but it's like you're just trying to copy, and it's like, well, no, that's just his style.
But these are legit DC characters.
And plus, it's Suicide Squad. You gotta kill off some people.
And what better way to use your entire catalog than just grabbing?
But their feel was, and from what I saw online, it was a lot of people were like, oh, you get it. It feels almost like a ripoff vibe.
He made the fucking Guardian of the Galaxy.
That was the part that killed me.
I don't think people know that though. I don't think people know that.
No, they say it in the trailers.
Yeah, everybody know James Gunn did it.
Well, I mean. They do say it in the trailers, but there's people that watch movies that don't necessarily always pay attention to. Like,
I thought it was literally called like James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Yeah, no, that's
I thought it was like it's really called like James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
In the trailer, they literally say from the director of the.
No, I know that. I don't think it's called James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
I think in the trailer that's how they.
They put the name above it, like James Gunn.
Because they did a lot of banking off that name.
But like, here's the thing. The one, like I said, a couple of things that I really did like about it, like the fact that they made Polka Dot Man so interesting. Like I was interested at his.
I mean, yeah.
And then I
liked when he shot out the polka dots.
Yeah, like it was just
but
like
I mean, he was
it was ridiculous,
like,
and it was ridiculous, but it was still like when you it was one of those things like what the fuck, but then when you see the effect, you're like, oh shit,
yeah.
Like,
because I mean, they gave like how they introduced him and how he was even acting, like how they introduced this nigga with the power dampener. They like, nigga, what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And he kept getting polka dot herpes and shit.
Like that's what made it funny
he
to me.
He pretty much had to jerk off twice a day. He said, like, I have to just...
I thought he said he had to throw it up.
Or do whatever. I don't know
what he was doing.
I thought he just had to shoot it. Because when he was...
watching the wrong Suicide Squad.
When he was... he didn't directly say that, but he was kind of insinuating it, because when he had the shit coming the second time and then he shot them dudes up, like it went away.
Yeah,
he didn't throw up. Well, he shot them dudes up.
True, but the thing is, look at the reaction that happens. He can't just shoot it anywhere, because then it's like, damn, like fuck,
that shit fucked a lot of things up.
Right, so it's like he got to find a easier way. Like, well, if I throw it up, it doesn't make as big of a destruction, so I can do it that way.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what to me, I was telling Lucy earlier that it was like it gave me the Harley Quinn show.
No, you was telling me that.
I told me that too.
But I mean, I feel like
I didn't get Harley Quinn show vibes.
I feel like if you think
the Harley Quinn show, that show's so
I have
funny.
yet to get into it. I tried.
You are a terrible person.
Remember, he doesn't even watch Rick and Morty though.
No,
remember we had the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's why I didn't like the first Suicide Squad. Like the first Suicide Squad, like this Suicide Squad, like we said, even with James Gunn, does the Deadpool aspect of it is because of the really so much R-rated of it. Like seeing the opening scene of everybody getting killed and it's such graphic deaths, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's the Deadpool part of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Like we haven't seen a DC movie like this.
Well, to DC's, I guess to their defense, at that time they were trying to build that dark world. So
right, that's what I said.
So that's why the first one was so dark.
You could still be dark and humor.
But this was still dark and humor.
No. But that's not. Remember, that's not the world.
About Snyder
but
shit,
you can still.
You can't. No, I'm not saying you can't. But the world that they were building was not dark and humor.
They could have.
But no, I'm not saying what they could have did. I'm saying what they were doing.
Yeah,
that's what made
I don't care what they did. I'm saying they should have.
Well, I'm saying, so if you're trying to be in that world, you're like, all right, I'm gonna just follow suit with what they doing. I'm not gonna take any liberties.
That's why,
and that's why it failed. But I'm saying,
that's why they like first Suicide Squad. If you think about it,
I still think it was okay. It had enough action in the first one. I was like, all right.
But that's what it was. But if you think about,
I haven't watched it again.
But it wasn't funny, or how this one is, because the only comedian was Harley Quinn. Like,
well, no, they had Will in there trying.
Will was giving.
But it was more like petty humor. It wasn't.
No, he was giving the worst humor, because he was like, "Oh, what are we? Some type of Suicide Squad?" I hated that line so much. Like, no, shut up, Will.
I mean, fair, they were some type of Suicide Squad.
The first one was just like,
I mean, it was too dark,
like a D movie.
I put it along the lines of later Transformers.
I mean, even you think about the fact that the Joker
enough that I was like, all right, whatever.
It wasn't even
that much action packed.
It was action packed enough.
This one had way better action.
I fell asleep on this one. I can't talk about the whole movie.
Bro, this one
had way better action.
What was the last thing you saw, Didge?
Oh, I fell asleep early. Like, it's a lot of y'all talking about it. I know because I was tired when I turned it on. And I was like, I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to try to watch it.
What's the last thing you remember?
I finished where they were, I think I was like when they were, I think was it their first mission? Like when, cause I remember the last thing I truly remember is King Shark eating somebody. So the first time that he ate a person.
In the jungle. So when they was going to go save the captain dude, what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Rick Flag.
Rick Flag. When they was so
so I didn't get to when they finished. I fell asleep right around that moment. So I didn't get to when they grabbed Rick Flag.
That's when it starts getting good.
It started popping off.
Like I said, everything I saw, I was enjoying it. I was just
that was like the first 20
minutes
of the movie, bro. Like,
I know y'all sleepy ass niggas.
Yes, it was. That is the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Because in the movie, you see the first unit, and then you like, damn, they getting fucked up. So then you see the second unit come, and then when he asked him like, what is our mission? And she was like,
right
do that.
after the first.
And then
remember they flashback because they go flashback 3 days.
But the flashback's not that long. So when they start going, then Amanda says, Rick Flag is there. So now you guys have to, before y'all do this mission, go there. So then they alter like immediately to get there to go find him.
The monster at the end was cold.
Yeah, Starro was beastie as shit.
Yeah, I'm not finished it there.
My plan was to finish it. I was.
If you watch the Justice League animated series, they really did really good like with the storyline of Starro and everything, kind of like
here?
that. Like, yeah, because I had forgot about Starro, and when I saw it, I was like, fam, I'd seen this somewhere. When I looked it up, I'm like, oh yeah, no, this wasn't a Suicide Squad mission. It was a Justice League mission, but then Justice League ended up getting captured, and then Suicide Squad had to step in and save the Justice League. Now, obviously, they didn't do it in this one, but like
that would be the reason, the origin of the story.
Yeah.
So they kind of did the same storyline, but just kept the Justice League out of it.
Justice League out of it because that's essentially what ended up happening. Starro ends up latching on, his latchers. Well, I don't know what they call them again, but they latch on to the Justice League, and then the Justice League is controlled by him.
Yeah, I think I do remember that. I actually think I remember the episode, the Justice League episode. I do know what you're talking about. So I definitely want to finish it. I was gonna try to finish it today before we podcast, but I just couldn't. I didn't have the time for it. But it wasn't. I didn't fall asleep bored. I just fell asleep. I was slap watching it. And I was like, shit. You know what? Let me watch this real quick. Like,
it was already after midnight, and I was like, I'm risking it.
But like I said, I took it as a one. But
I haven't believed anybody who's told me it was trash. Any post I see about trash, I'm like, it's not possible.
I asked a couple of people who said it was trash, and they had petty reasons. So I'm like, nah.
Yeah, that's why I said
everybody else.
That's why I said,
and it's like,
to me, it wasn't trash. It was just like, I think
I just saw a post about the Rotten Tomatoes. Like, it's like number 4 of like top 5. Like,
it's up
movies.
there. It goes, Endgame, Black Panther, and then
that's what I'm saying. Like, so
Spider-Verse, and then
Spider-Verse, Black Panther, Suicide Squad, and then Endgame. No, this beat Endgame.
Did it? I didn't look that closely. I just saw it was up there.
So I think he did what he's. It's gonna be fucked up because he probably not gonna get the money that that they put in. Like, I feel like they not.
No, it was first week was a box office bomb, but you can't really call something a box office bomb in today's era.
No.
But it's so crazy though, because it's like it's the same thing with the Black Widow, like the streaming now, because it's like now you watching them on both. So
she was pissed about that too.
Her battle was different.
Her battle makes sense
because
it makes a lot of sense.
So when you are, I guess it's the deal with the Marvel. When you get your movie,
not even just Marvel, it's a lot of Hollywood.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I'm just gonna use Marvel at this time, but if it's your movie, you getting a cut off of the box office.
Yeah, they call them back end deals. I was reading an article about it.
Once we went into this world, there was no new deal within it. It was still like you don't get a box office. So she was saying, so what the workaround around it is what most studios say, like, okay, so we can still get you yours. We're gonna wait 30 days before we put it on streaming. And I don't know if Disney messed up or Marvel messed up, but it wasn't. So she was under the,
it wasn't even.
She was under the impression that she was going to get that buffer,
but not even. It wasn't even just that. It was a lot of people. In the article that I was reading, they were saying a lot of people they were able to renegotiate because even for movies that weren't going there, they were like, okay, well, you still, because we can sort of tell how many new subscribers we got, how many people are seeing this, even if they don't release it, they can see all that. So they're like, all right, we can sort of come to some cash agreement based off of that. And basically what Disney did was, all right, well, it got released in theaters. You get a percentage off this, where it's like, you know how much more it would have made if, one, we weren't in a pandemic, and two, we weren't, we weren't in this digital era. And their response was super shitty, because their response was basically, it wasn't our fault that there was a pandemic, and the fact that she would try to use this as a guide to kind of, basically trying to,
it got messy.
It was basically, they were like, oh, she's trying, like, she should know better. It's a pandemic. It's not our fault. It's not their fault. It's not her fault. It's a pandemic. And Disney doesn't kind of have a leg to stand on because
the only place that blends hip hop culture.
All their parks are open. So don't use that to not.
I mean, my thing is like, if you even if the fact it's in the pandemic, the pandemic, is like, just offer the artists. I mean, they know they're not going to make the money they were making because it's not that. So you give them a bigger cut because you're going to take more streaming money anyway.
Well, and here's the thing.
Because the fact that I be getting a portion, the fact that I know you're going to make free money,
get there, because
even with this one, you have to pay $30 early to see it. Yeah. So you could even if you used that, you're probably still coming out less what you would have had to cut, because now a family of 4 who you would have had 4 tickets that may have been $50, $60.
Now you can watch it.
Now you're watching it at home for $30.
And motherfuckers got projectors now, dog.
Yeah. But here's the thing:
and backyards and shit.
We're most likely we're going to get there, because remember, this is technically a year and a half of them. Exclusively releasing.
She was the only one that
sold.
I think they got hit. I saw at least one more.
Oh yeah, that's coming. So I mean, eventually,
They're gonna have to rewrite contracts.
It's the same thing as how they did it with music contracts. You remember when the shift when streaming site when shifting from CDs to streaming?
Oh yeah.
Nobody had a deal for the streaming.
I just saw an article too,
and
about
they had and that's why even to this day they keep on revamping because it's a whole new world.
They said I saw an article with Hove. Like they was like the first real kind of like switch up was him doing. I forgot about the 444 was on Samsung.
Oh yeah,
I remember
that was Magna Carta.
Magna Carta, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He immediately went.
If you bought a
platinum,
if you bought what was it? That was the Galaxy.
But he went platinum because Samsung
paid him bought $1 million.
Yeah, bought $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like. But it was like but it was like what that was though because you gotta think they said because he bought it became a digital sale. But you know, like for Samsung and them was like it became now streaming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever on their server, you had to pretty much pay them to stream it on there. So it's like that was the first like big thing.
That was that was like
where you could see like damn motherfuckers could just make you know like you can still like what it was is the fact that he made a deal on his own of like I'm just gonna sell you physical copies of my album for y'all to do whatever with. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like now you realize you can make money from streaming and just selling the shit digitally. You know what I'm saying? Like. So it was like that was like I feel like that was to me was that was like probably the second shit because the first shit of course before that was still shit with streaming or whatever.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But that was like to me the second shift in like realizing how much stronger like streaming and all that is to physical copies.
And
shit,
look what that took. You know what I'm saying? So it took something like that for people to see it, and then they had to start creating deals. Then they had to start revamping those deals and things like that.
It got to the point where they had to start revamping the certifications.
Yeah. So now the same thing with, like I said, with movies. Like movies went to like things was exclusively just streaming. This was the first time we was like, you know, within the past 2-3 years where they start saying, wait, if we release a movie in theater and streaming, all right, we can do that. Like, remember, they was just like, oh, we could do that. Yeah. Now it's like, wait. Now, once you start doing it and you start seeing success, that's when people start saying, wait. Because you only paid me just to put it on there, but wait, what about those subscriptions? And then now people are like, well, we gotta renegotiate this.
In the article,
and you know,
in the article I was reading, they said that first time something like that came up with was syndication, like the money you get from syndication. Because
remember, even now, that took a long time.
It used to be getting onto cable. It used to be, you know, that was where you get all your syndication money. But then it's like, okay, but now you just sold my show to NBC Peacock. Yeah, they streaming it whenever. You know, all four of us are watching it. That's technically should be more syndication money for me. But because this is a streaming service, blah blah blah. The article, it was a mess.
But did they change that, right? I know, or they're still working on it. Yeah, because they're still working on that.
That was basically the gist of the article. Is that this is just another portion of it. And
it's ever evolving because you got to think, like, even because like you remember when ringtone deals came out of nowhere.
Oh my god, ringtones!
Me and Streets
that died. No, that's what
me and Streets had a ringtone deal.
Platinum, going platinum on ringtones.
Yeah,
but you got
Soulja Boy went platinum on it. Fabulous.
That's when we just had flip phones. You know, we didn't have the full out smartphone
and the two-way pager.
The two-way,
anything that did
the T-Mobile sidekick.
Yeah,
you know,
remember niggas used to make. Remember niggas used to know how to make ringtones.
The 3GP file. I know already.
People used to.
I had the little editor and everything.
I did too. I definitely did too.
I made so many ringtones.
I made all our shit ringtones. Like my shit it'd be like my beats and shit.
Right. The first time I was able to put my song on there, like, oh shit.
The smartphone started killing that, I guess.
Yeah, the smartphone
not really this because I remember when my first real smartphone, y'all remember the HTC Mogul?
Yep.
And it ran on Windows.
Oh, that was a smartphone.
That was my favorite fucking phone in the world. PDA,
not mine. Super Nintendo on this.
That's like, bro.
It wasn't my favorite.
When I worked for Time Warner Cable, that was our work phone.
Oh my god, bro.
My shit had so much shit on.
So is that work phone?
The wildest thing, my guy put me onto this thing with. He had an old PDA, right?
Yeah.
And if you called, if you had it on your self service and you called it in for insurance, deductible was $50. They didn't make that PDA anymore, so they would send you an HTC Mogul, right?
Yeah.
So I called in. He gave me his PDA that he had did it with, and I put it on my account. And then a week later, I called it in lost, and they sent me an HTC Mogul. Then I gave that PDA, and I gave it to my other guy. And I had him do another claim, and we had Moguls. Dog, That was hands down the best motherfucking phone.
I mean, that's why I love Windows and shit. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Windows, I had the little stick.
I don't know why. Like
the little stick.
Yeah, like I don't know why Windows, because Windows had a moment where they would start making their own phones.
Yeah,
like they could have just kept making the Mogul forever. Like you know what I'm saying?
They could have
just kept revamping the Mogul.
HTC, that was when, remember they started, because that was right when Android was starting to come out.
Oh,
so after that, they got, because then that's when I think it
Android
was
HTC.
What was it? HTC? I think they called it like the G1, G2.
Yeah, it was.
No.
The
G1. The G1 was the Google phone.
Yeah, that was straight Google phone.
But it was manufactured by HTC.
Because at that point,
I got that one.
I did too.
And I hate that phone. It was so trash. It was glitchy.
I went straight, bro. I was BlackBerry after that HTC logo. It was BlackBerry for me.
My first actual smartphone, I think, was the Palm Pixie. Was Palm, whichever was the bigger one. Yeah. The one that slid up.
Cause I was Sidekick heavy.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Oh my god.
Deuce used to take pictures with the Sidekick exposed. Like
no. It wasn't the pictures. It was having AIM on it, having AOL Instant Messenger.
That is how I met Young Deuces too.
And then I was like, oh shit, I need to get BlackBerry because that's when the music. Everybody on the music industry was on BlackBerry. I was like, all right, well. Fuck the Sidekick. And I got BlackBerry.
You can see when motherfuckers read yo shit too.
I remember getting my BlackBerry. I got mine because my father, it was his work phone. He got him a new one. It was just sitting there, and I'm like, hey, can I use this? Yeah,
the old BlackBerry.
It was old as a bitch.
It was probably the one with the scroll.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Right?
It was.
Yeah.
But so
my favorite phone.
Full circle. Shout out Graf. I met Graf and his manager on AOL Instant Messenger way back when.
Oh wow!
And I was just a broke ass young kid, so I was like, I couldn't pay him for no feature. So to get it full circle and get him on my album was really dope.
That's definitely dope. Yeah. That's definitely dope.
Yeah,
I didn't indulge in the BlackBerry life for none of that.
Were you in Windows Phone?
No, I had got the Palms.
The Palms.
Is that the little?
That was the one that slid up.
I had that joint. That motherfucker was trash.
I just didn't actually like the software. I'm like, I enjoyed the phone.
Sucked.
The software was just so.
That's when they was throwing anything at us.
Yeah,
that was
this
like
one.
Kit Kat. It was like version Kit Kat or something.
I had that one, but I also had.
That's the one I was talking about. Yeah. That's the one you're talking about, the one that slid up. It's already slid up. That's why.
I think. I think so.
Didn't they have one like a Palm Pro or something?
They had the Palm Pro.
I never went Palm.
I had an HTC phone too.
I went from the Sanyo phones when he had the speaker phone, and then when the Sidekick came out, I went straight Sidekick.
I had Motorola phones.
And then I had the Sidekick LX. I had one Motorola, and it's the Motorola.
You had the chirp on that.
The Motorola that everybody liked, and I hated it.
I didn't like Motorola.
I did not like the Razor.
I had to have the chirp.
Oh, the Razor? Yeah, I didn't care for the Razor.
I had the Razor too, but I had to have the chirp.
That's why I went to when I got the Sanyo Sprint. Remember Sprint? They
had the one with the chirp. They took over Nextel.
Yeah, they had the speakerphone on the outside, so you know what I'm saying? I was part of that.
Where you at?
I used to have the fuck man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I had the Nokia. Yeah, I had the Nokia with Snake on that bitch. With those plastic, with the plastic antenna.
About the wood?
I had the walkie-talkie.
No, remember we can switch it out. It was whatever.
That Nokia is still somewhere.
That is a legendary phone.
That Nokia is still in some landfill somewhere.
All of them are
still somewhere.
That is
all you can do is charge it, and this is gonna be ready to go.
That was a legendary phone.
phone.
I remember one time I was at work, and I was like 17 when I had this phone, and I got so mad that I threw that bitch on the wall. That motherfucker the battery just opened up and flew.
Yeah.
And I put it back together at work. Nothing was wrong with it.
Nothing.
It was in perfect condition.
I forgot the name of the hood store. I mean, they changed it so many times over there off on Capitol. But I remember I used to catch the bus over there, right? And I was like, oh shit, they got cell phone accessories. And so remember with that one, all you gotta do is pop it off and I remember I have found a black and gold case. And I put that motherfucker on there. It looked so prestige. And that's when you used to have the phone clip. I had the phone out. Everybody would stop me on that. Like, yo, what's that? Like, yeah, man.
I was wood grain.
You went to wood grain?
All wood grain.
Did you ever what was your first Android phone? Did you get the Samsung Moment?
No, that was my first Android phone.
Mine was the G1.
I had that, but I immediately took that back. It was right around the G1 was older, so I got that.
I hated that.
I remember when my guy Ponyo came through with the G1. I was like, what is that? That shit look weak.
Hey, listen, I tried my best. I'm like, no, nigga, it's a new Google phone. Like that phone was so trash.
I remember Astro had it. That's what made me get it, but he had his for a while. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get one too. No, then the Samsung Moment came out, so that was my first actual Google phone. Yeah. Bro, that phone was so trash.
No, I think my first Google phone was probably like the Galaxy 4 or 5 or some shit.
And then I was all Android. I'm talking about against Apple.
I was Apple since the second iPhone.
I was against Apple. I'm talking about up like remember when Instagram was only Apple, and then Android got it, and then it was all those memes. There's a status of me saying like, dog, iPhone users acting crazy all because Android got it. Like, nigga, it's just the app. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I made one of them posts. And then I remember like yesterday, I was coming out of a Walgreens that Walgreens that was by the Meadows, and there was this crackhead there. He was like, yo,
comedy.
He was like, you got $20? I'm like, nah, fam. He was like, I got this iPhone. It was iPhone 5. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Gave him 20. Got the iPhone 5. Activated it. Even then, when I activated, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see how it is. I ain't been back to Android since.
That's why you Apple motherfuckers don't like Android niggas. But we was like we who y'all used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't like looking in the mirror, nigga. Like
I've only had one Google phone, and it was an HTC phone, and it's only because my iPhone 5 got stolen off my porch. And that was the only phone that I had at that moment.
I had Android phones all the way up until I think the iPhone 6. Because it's actually all Sprint fault. I was going to get the Galaxy, and they were like, because my phone had broke, and it was right around the time my contract was up, so I could get the new one cheap. I was going to get the Galaxy, and they were like, you'd have to wait 2 weeks. They were selling out. And I was like, bro, I'm not going 2 weeks without a phone. What do you have now? And she asked me like, what would you want to pay and stuff, and it was right around the same price range. And she was like, we can get the iPhone. I was like, all right. And
that's how you just got the iPhone?
Yeah, no, because I was gonna get a Galaxy.
So that makes it even more better. Like so far, the stories of like the reason y'all niggas even switched.
Not me.
Because y'all looked at that shit like it was trash. You know, like
not me.
You keep lumping me in as if I be out here. I still have Android devices.
Bro, I've been rocking iPhone since the iPhone fucking 2.
I've had the same phone for the last like 4 years.
I've had the same Apple ID since the iPhone 2, since 2000 and fucking.
What made you get the iPhone 2?
Because I wanted the iPhone 1, but I couldn't afford it at that time. I was stuck in my contract. At that time, the BlackBerry Tor was still a thing.
Okay, so you wasn't plugged on Apple on the iPhone. You actually went and like start my contract.
Well, I had a Mac. I had a Mac.
Okay, so you had a Mac and all that earlier.
Yeah, because for recording and shit like that, and then I.
So I mean, I can understand in that range. But I gotta get the iPhone. Like I got a Mac now, but I've always was like PC. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to me,
I actually still like PCs better than Macs. I actually do. So.
Well, I mean, we've been a PC family for not even long as dawn.
Not even that. Macs. I like to mess around with my PC too much. So
I don't. I just want that shit to work for 10, 12 years.
Because
without doing a damn thing.
I like to mess around with my PC because I love being able to get new stuff. Like, I don't know. That's why I obviously have a Mac laptop, but I think as I built my next editing computer, I've been going back and forth. Part of me wants to take the Mac, it'll be easy, but for that same price range, I can build a PC that's gonna outclass that Mac.
We definitely outclass the Mac, yeah.
I don't know. I'm having.
That's why I'm like. That's why I mean I don't like Mac. I'm not trying to say I don't like Macs, but I just don't. I feel like they're constraining devices. Like you can't really expand and really do what
they're for different people. Yeah. And
for very simple. Like I just want the shit to do whatever it need to do and last for a very long time.
I wouldn't even say simple.
And if something go wrong, I want to send that bitch to Apple Care and they just give me a new one or whatever.
Had an iMac, my last iMac was, lasted ages. I don't want to fucking deal with PCs. I've went through too many in a short amount of time, and they never.
I mean, I can definitely agree on that.
The way that I want, I need them to work.
Yeah, I can agree in that aspect. Like the amount of laptops, desktops, like especially when I was doing music and everything like that, like that I burnt through or crashed on me and shit like that. Like since I've had a Mac, like I haven't had to deal with that with a Mac. You know what I'm saying?
You don't.
But.
See, maybe I haven't had that because I back things up. So I'm just, oh man, my hard drive crashed. Here's my backup. Let me go dump that in. Buy me a new backup. I'm back at it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I love.
I'm back at it.
I'm back at it.
I always had a backup too, but I don't want to spend 8 hours out of my day
You're not.
reinstalling
That's
and
why
doing
you
everything.
back up, because if it's a live backup, all you gotta do is swap out. You're back in the game
on PC, right?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, but it's. I've never found it to be that easy. I still have to transfer my shit over.
It's extra work regardless.
Maybe because I keep a live backup.
If you don't want to do extra work,
well, do extra work.
Simple.
Yeah, well,
you understand?
Yeah, I just want just to do what it
is simple, fam.
I don't want to do my job when I'm not at work. You know, like that's what I don't want to do. Like I do that shit all day, fixing people's computers and
it's
shit.
It's so easy to set it up once and just be done with it. I don't know. That is the one thing I never understood.
I'm out here advocating for live backups. We should get a sponsor.
No, it's I don't know. I think
everybody has their favorite.
I mean, I feel
everybody
like
does have their favorite.
In this range, I mean, in this world of a lot of digital shit, live backups really should be.
No, but like I said, going back to my previous time, I do get it. It's for different people. I love my Mac for some of the stuff that I use it for, but I love my PC for a lot of the stuff I use.
Yeah, I mean, I work off my PC really, and I pretty much use my Mac to just do what pretty much everybody else does, like whether it be music, content, video. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel way more productive now.
You know
with
what I'm
my
saying?
Mac.
Like I don't really.
I'm like, oh my god.
I use my Mac. I mean, I use my PC when I'm doing literal like paperwork type shit. I feel like when I'm really gonna be typing for a long ass time or some shit like that, I'll be on the PC.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. I use my Mac for like if I'm writing these articles. Writing on the Mac, because I can take that. But if I'm like video editing, creating any other stuff, because my PC one is more powerful, and I don't know. I feel more.
We turning the Geek Squad. Jesus Christ!
Tech Geek. Today is Tech Geek Day.
All those
we can talk about whatever the fuck we want to today, right? we didn't even close off Suicide Squad. I don't know how we got into cell phones. Like, I don't even know what
I have no idea.
And you know what's so crazy? Like, there is no alcohol involved in none of what's going on right now.
I mean, it's still the floor.
Motherfuckers probably done stopped listening by this point.
No, I don't know. It wasn't like it was dry conversation.
I mean, it was, we trailed. We definitely trailed.
So random.
We trailed heavy, though.
Today was Tech Geek Day.
The Nexus event on this one was
Today was Tech Geek Day.
Somebody had to be like, bro, what are we doing?
If you are in one of the comments or something, if you can just tell us how we got here,
I definitely just do a quick
recap. How did we get here?
I mean, I feel like we have our moments. Like, then we had that moment talking about fucking spirituality and relationships and astrology and shit. Yeah, this was worse. Because I feel like we
were I don't even know how we got the cell phones.
I feel like it went from a very high energy of Suicide Squad, and we was definitely dropping in the NPR radio.
Do you remember Delilah when she come on the radio and she had that soft? We turned into that show for a moment.
I feel like the more outside the
casual coffee conversation.
If it lasted any longer, it got.
This was truly old man talk. Old man
outside. This is outside the fence with two beers. You know what I'm saying?
Do we need a break, y'all?
Honestly, we probably should
just take a break.
We had a real King of the Hill moment. We had a real King of the Hill moment. Like, yup.
Hey, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. I don't know what the fuck going on.
I know how we got there.
I do too. I just.
We are back.
When did that start?
I don't know. I think
no, Ron was doing it at first.
Be like that, but I feel like Ron was the first one to do it.
Bacardi was definitely doing it first, and then
I think we all
one day we just all joined in.
Yeah, one day y'all just was I the one doing it? I didn't know I was the one doing it first.
I don't even remember when it started.
Yeah, I remember when it started.
It was this past year. It was fairly recent in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely had to been in probably, I want to say maybe.
I think it was definitely 2021.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it was like maybe 10 episodes ago. Like if you think about it was this year, so probably early.
But you gotta think bi-weekly, 10 episodes ago was like a lot.
You're right.
That's like 5 months.
Yeah. I definitely think it's earlier this year, but I didn't know I started it.
Yeah.
It's so natural now that I feel like that we all just did it. Like I didn't know I was the one doing it.
I think we're at our Geekset culture. Like we're there.
Yeah, you're saying
we're there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
wait, quick question though. Did y'all already always associate Knuckles with being black?
Yes.
That's what I thought so too.
I mean,
so now
it's
confirmed.
Even in the show though, like, even in the cartoon,
like Knuckles, but
even in the cartoon,
I had to think too. Like, who the fuck is? No, I did.
Even in the cartoon, he sounds like a black dude though.
Yeah, he probably was a black dude. Let's look it up.
But I mean, when I saw, I'm
talking about the voice actor.
But true, all the way down to the basic of nature. When I saw the nigga in Sonic the Hedgehog, you know what I'm saying, in the game,
right? Yeah,
this was a nigga. He didn't have to have no voice at that point. I knew this was a nigga though.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the point
he had hands and he had dreads. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a nigga.
The dreads. Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know what kind of species he was. I'm like, they just made a cartoon nigga. I think you know what I'm saying? Like,
what is he? An anteater?
Echidna.
What the hell is an echidna?
It's like a hedgehog.
Yeah, it's like another hedgehog. But it's like
got dreads and shit?
No, they actually
it got like spikes. I think they just made his like dreads.
Yeah. Like pretty much how Sonic is pretty much like 3 blades and it's not really spiky. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so but for some reason he looked like a hedgehog to me. Like I associate Sonic as a hedgehog.
You talking about Sonic? Yeah. I mean, he doesn't though.
But at that time,
just like a hedgehog.
As a kid, you don't know what a hedgehog looked like.
I didn't.
I did.
I'm still.
I did, but I didn't though.
Like I did not. When Sonic was my first introduction to even. I'm like, hedgehog. What is that? Oh,
and you know what? Knuckles,
you ain't have friends with pets. Like,
hedgehog. None of my friends had a hedgehog.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
all my friends had dogs or cats.
Dogs, cats,
birds. Fish maybe,
yeah.
Fish.
But it definitely was a time.
Fish tank,
like birds. Birds was like I don't see niggas with birds no more.
Nah,
but birds was definitely a time.
Having diseases, but birds, yes. You had the lovebirds, you had the finches.
Yeah,
like everybody had a finch.
Me and my brother had a bird. We both had our own bird.
I haven't seen nobody with a bird in the
My guy Ross, he has a bird.
I think we had 2
Shout
parakeets.
out to Ross, he just had a baby.
Then we had named Leo Michelangelo because he was a blue and green one and an orange and green one. I was like, bro, yes.
Oh no, this is the old voice of Knuckles. So no, he was not.
What's the voice? Who is he?
He does a lot of.
Did that do? What was that? Old boy from Home Improvement.
Yeah, I do like Al.
But no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And because Knuckles was like protector of the island. So he didn't want to get the fuck off my motherfucking lawn. Yeah.
He did not have no patience.
He wasn't here for none of that shit. He like, you bringing these white, like, it was like white people shit going on in his place. Like, Robotnik bringing it, like, what the fuck is dude? Like,
dude, Vegeta voice.
It's a Robotnik just coming through just tossing shit. Like,
I know, you chilling. Like, this nigga been chilling this whole time on this island. There's some random fat white boy on the goddamn ship, dropping bombs and swinging big ass motors around.
Colonize this island.
Like, if you really thought about the fact that it's like back then, like 16-bit. If they put that shit like a real, like now, like that shit would be like tearing trees and shit. That like you done really fucking the island up, nigga. Like,
apparently that's what we gonna see in the next one.
Yeah, I mean I'm excited for that.
Because
like, I'm definitely.
Actually, Idris Elba is now the voice.
I can't put it together though.
I'm with it.
I can't. He Knuckles.
Really?
I can't put it together.
I'm with it. I can see it already.
I can't. I'm having trouble seeing it because
yeah, me too.
Y'all forgetting about his.
Is he gonna say motherfucker? Like,
no,
is he gonna
his actual accent? His actual accent is way different than how you hear him sound.
Yeah, I know. I've heard him talking his accent.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all forgetting though most like his roles, like in The Wire. He can play that intimidating, angry black man voice.
No, I know he can, but I also the most recent thing I saw him in was I guess other than Suicide Squad, but I was asleep for most of it was I was watching The Office.
Oh,
so I just picture that. He just go, you got the papers. he go to Sonic. Sonic, you got them papers.
Like So I mean, I still
I'm with it, man.
I'm excited. I can see it. I'm just excited the fact Knuckles gonna be in the next time.
Is Knuckles gonna have that
that's gonna
angry
be
black man voice?
Knuckles,
kind of
you
voice
always wanted to be Knuckles.
Like, Knuckles could glide to this nigga had hops. He was a real nigga. This nigga had hops, nigga. I think he didn't have to nigga run that fast, he'll jump your shit, nigga. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, and he climbed with the Knuckles.
Yeah, bro.
Punch the wall.
Like, this is an angry black man, fam. Like, Knuckles always, fam. When I first, that introduction to him run up to dude and see him, I'm like, this nigga ain't playing with you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, Knuckles, it was funny because there was a moment I was like, why? I like all the secondary characters was always my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, I always liked Ken over Ryu. I always like.
I mean, I didn't fuck with Tails over Sonic, though.
But see, I fuck with Knuckles over Sonic.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to
Knuckles
though.
over Sonic.
Like,
and
you got
Tails.
to, yeah. Like, I would love a Knuckles game. Just give me a fucking Knuckles
I
game.
think they probably
They
had a few.
got Knuckles. They had a few.
Yeah,
And he had this,
He's
like,
been in the
he
game,
had
but I don't think
spikes.
he's full
Yeah,
on
I
Knuckles
see
game.
He had the spikes on his fist too. Like
Yeah.
he was,
That's what I'm
like he
saying.
was
Like,
ready.
fam, he literally would like boxing move. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, I'm ready to put hands on niggas.
was
Like,
ready.
when you sit let the controller sit still, the nigga would just be jabbing the air. Like, boy, wait,
But they
somebody.
say NBA YoungBoy energy.
Yeah, dog. This nigga, he definitely got that. I mean, that video, that nigga jumped in the dirt. Like,
Oh yeah, look
like
at that. Knuckles Chaotix.
Yeah.
he did. Knuckles Chaotic. What was it?
It was on Sega. It was on Sega. It was Sega Genesis.
Oh,
The Genesis add-on. Remember they had that little whatever it was supposed
See,
to be.
they even gave him his own special like graphics for the game. Like you had to have the add-on.
Remember it was
Oh,
play
they
the
had that
Knuckles
little,
game.
that little.
yeah, whatever that thing was supposed to be.
I don't think I played. I feel like I ain't played. I gotta look up.
Is that the
Knuckles
same
Chaotix.
like as the pack for 64 that you can
No,
enhance the
'cause-
graphics? Not the Rumble pack. This shit actually won in the
Oh, I remember the
yeah.
other thing they did have
In
that
front
shit
of
too.
your 64.
It was like that too.
It was
like
it was kind of like that.
But it was like you put the thing in first and put the cartridge on
Cause
top
I was
of
definitely confused for a second.
Oh,
What was
okay,
the,
okay.
I was confused. What the fuck was the Sega 32X?
it. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Because it was
but it's
16 bit.
like-
It was like
When
an
you
upgrade.
Yeah,
It was
when
like
you
an
clicked on
upgrade.
it, when you click on it and show it again, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, okay, I do
Remember
that.
games used to have that? Because remember GameCube used to have all that. They had
GameCube had a whole second bottom you could put on.
Yeah.
Like-
second bottom. They had
Yeah.
this extra pack.
Yeah.
I remember. All I remember is when they finally had like the magnifying glass extension or whatever, so you could kind of like extend,
remember-
make the screen
Yeah,
bigger, whatever.
on your Game Boy.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what,
the
no,
game-
I'm talking about the
You're talking about
GameCube.
GameCube.
They had a whole thing
Bro,
where you
they had
take
a-
off the bottom. You could put in like a couple attachments.
You can
It had
attach the
something-
landline straight to it.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
it was one of the first online.
Yeah,
it was
it
one of
was.
the first online.
You had to have an add-on though
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
And it's funny because
we had the GameCube. So
What's
we
funny
definitely
is
didn't know that
it
shit.
pretty much went from a box to a big ass
Yeah,
rectangle. It was a tower at that
Like a
point.
little computer and shit.
Dog, I did not know that
Yeah,
shit.
GameCube add-on was wild.
It was wild.
That's why, man. I never owned a GameCube. I fell off after.
Oh,
That was
I
me,
had
yeah,
the-
I went straight to PlayStation.
I had the GameCube.
I went straight to Dreamcast.
I had the GameCube.
Yeah, Dreamcast. No, I had PlayStation first, then Dreamcast.
See, I did PlayStation.
The Dreamcast came out
Then I
later.
did GameCube, and then I was like, man, this weak. PlayStation 2 me up. Give me that.
I used to love your GameCube.
Yeah, but after a while,
This
man,
dude
this
looked
weak.
like a GameCube
Hey,
playing ass.
GameCube was smooth because Super Smash Brothers Melee was my shit.
Yeah, everybody. That I did play. I did play Smash Brothers,
So
the
like,
Mario Kart.
I used to, Mario Kart.
Well, see, that's the thing. Nintendo is always going to win because of that. They're
Right.
always like,
well, because they got
Smash
they
Bros.
got their own little world.
Mario Kart.
They had Pokemon Coliseum.
and then
that, one
yeah.
wasn't that one wasn't as good as Pokemon Stadium. but it
Pokemon
was,
Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium was the
On
shit.
Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, B was in my brother was a Nintendo dude. B was a Nintendo person.
You didn't do Nintendo 64?
I played it, but I wasn't a fan of Pokemon, so I played it.
Pokemon
and that was
Stadium.
like I said, the energy.
Pokemon Stadium
The
was
energy
cold.
B used to give me playing him in Pokemon Stadium is the energy niggas gave me when I played him in Madden. Like he was like, "Oh, you gonna pick dude?" Like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't know nobody, so I'm like, this nigga look cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he like, "Are you been a big dude?" Like, "Oh, water type. I got you." I be like, "Bro, what the fuck you talking about, man?" Like, so it's like, so I never got into it to the point of like,
bro, they had it so you could. They had the add-on again that you could play your Game Boy game on
Yeah.
there.
Oh.
Dog, you get your Pokemon from your party
Yeah.
that you can use.
bro,
them.
I ain't never.
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
sorry.
I even went
I'm
as far.
I'm looking at Knuckles Chaotix, fam.
I-
This nigga ran around holding the ring, bro. Like I ain't never seen this game in my life.
You never did know that?
No.
The game.
Why is he just holding one ring? Like he collected rings, but he got one on hand though. Like what does this
NBA
do?
young boy energy,
Bro,
bro.
he's flipping the. Hold on, bro. Look what this nigga doing with the ring.
Yeah.
You see him like he threw like that nigga was throwing. Bro, this nigga throwing this shit like a basketball. Like this nigga was clowning, dog.
NBA young boy energy, man.
Bro, I need to play this game.
Bro, you could probably find an emulator for it. I guarantee
It
you
was
can.
2 players?
Yeah, though.
Bro, I I ain't never heard of this game.
Matter of fact, you can probably get an emulator, have it on your phone.
Oh, I need it on my phone.
I guarantee you can.
I did not know this.
I wanted to say I went as far as playing Pokemon Snap, dog, on Nintendo.
Hey, Pokemon Snap
Nintendo
too.
64.
Pokemon Snap. That game was frustrating.
Did you go? It was, but did you go and print out your pictures?
Yeah. I think it was the Blockbuster.
I was like 19, bro. I still went to Walgreens with my memory card and printed out my motherfucking Charizard pictures.
Here's the crazy thing about
those photos.
Here's the crazy thing about Pokemon. It's still no, because when Pokemon Go came out, I'm not gonna lie, nigga, I was all for that.
Hey, bro, I caught a Pokemon last night.
Pokemon Go. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, dog.
Yes.
I caught a legendary last night.
I played Pokemon Go. I did.
Right.
I came out. I'd go out in Serena, walk around and Pokemon Go.
It's funny because when you think about it, it's not as childish as we thought it was. I think at that time we was just either, like I said, you were 19, I was older brother. Like it was like
that shit was very childish.
Yeah, Pokemon Go?
All the little kids play Pokemon. Like my younger cousins were the ones that were fucking with Pokemon.
Like I said, my little brother had.
I do agree with Deuce.
But now that I'm like, yo, I actually fuck with Pokemon.
It is at its heart. It is still just an RPG game.
About catching little animals and making them fight, like
real.
the whole game.
Real Michael Vick energy.
But also think about you can't that's not childish.
When you put little, you fighting Rattatas, bro. Everybody's first Pokemon was a Rattata.
No, because you had your starter Pokemon.
You had your little Blastoise.
But that was the first that you probably.
But I think the first one you caught, you could say that was not gifted to you was a Rattata, and then you evolved that motherfucker and you made him. What was his?
Eradicate.
Eradicate, which was probably the.
It was a bigger rat.
You fight the bigger. So you you are the 16-bit version of Michael Vick with, as a young just as a young kid with cute, and you forcing cute animals to fight.
Hey, not all of them were cute though.
Not all of them were.
But the ugly ones were forced to fight.
They want I guarantee you, we only got
the Genghis Khan. He don't want to be fighting.
But you're not forced to. Remember, Charizard wouldn't fight until Ash. You know what I'm saying? He connected with him.
But see, did y'all watch Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
Wasn't the actual fight though illegal? Wasn't they doing illegal fighting?
See, so that's what I'm saying. Underground fighting.
So you couldn't. The fact that we know,
because underground fighting,
but granted, they were living in a much different world than
that's what I'm saying. So you couldn't really make a Pokemon movie how it is on the cartoon because Peter would be on your ass. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of motherfuckers running around.
Peter don't like Pokemon.
No, Peter don't like Pokemon. They've been on their ass.
Another matter of fact, my fun fact about Peter is trash for the day. So 1 year, matter of fact, let me go back to the. No, I want to go back to this development cost. They decided they got with their donations. They used that to develop a Pokemon Black and Blue. It was a literal game that was supposed to teach you how the Pokemon game, as we're saying here, sort of advocates for animal fighting. That's what they decided was smart to use their development costs or their donation money on. Ooh. Fun fact of Peter, why Peter is trash for the day.
You should make a visual saying Peter is trash.
Because Peter is trash.
Remember Ditch been beefing with Peter for the past
they're
10 years.
They're a trash organization that uses a good cause to basically funnel to get money. People who donate to Peter, they truly do care about the animals. Right. But what PETA does a lot of the time doesn't really help animals.
They've been around for a long time, but they know the loopholes now.
So it's they're a trash organization.
You gotta just find
that uses a good cause.
It should be more. It's probably more organizations.
PETA said something to Didge.
That too. That didn't help. That didn't help.
Y'all got real history beef.
That didn't help things.
Didge out here fighting the big fight. He not fucking with little squabbles on the internet. He not fucking with people in the comment sections talking shit. Didge is gonna go and beef with corporations. Right. So,
are they gonna beef with us because they're gonna say we forcing the ego to play video games on our logo?
They might. Wouldn't surprise me.
Force you putting them controllers in his hands. They don't want to hold no controller. I talk on our heels, fam. How he know what these are? Why y'all put them in his hand? While y'all trying to convert him over to American society, he's supposed to be a free bird. You know what I'm saying?
Humanizing him and shit.
You trying to desensitize him, put him in the media, have a social media. Like, no, fam, we not doing all that.
All right, so hey,
talk about animals, though.
Huh?
We were having this little conversation just a little while ago.
Spider and animal,
about Spider.
Oh, yeah, we talking about.
Yeah, so I'm a spider. So what?
Yeah,
I mean, did he say it's an animal though?
He said talking about animal.
When you say the animal kingdom, when you say animal kingdom, you do think about the bugs too. You know, so
I mean, I guess
I mean,
fair.
it's not an animal. We'll say it's an insect,
kingdom?
but.
His transition was speaking of animals. Yeah. We were talking about this show, and my immediate statement
I got that, but he said when you think of Animal Kingdom,
speaking of animals,
I think about everything that's in the everything, the bugs, all that shit. You know, that's like the Animal Kingdom.
I personally don't. They just a subset, but
you got an insect kingdom. Like you'd be like Animal Kingdom, insect kingdom. Like
there's the animals, the insects.
They got their own way of life, like their own. I mean, but there's animals that eat bugs, so I mean they're part of the same ecosystem.
There's animals that eat plants. Are plants part of the animal kingdom?
All right, we get on track again. What's going on?
So I'm a spider. So what?
Anywho, we just want to talk about spiders.
Yeah, so no, that show is so. Have you watched it?
Digits on one with animals today. He ain't having it.
This nigga trying to prove a point. Nigga, like,
he is not having it.
Trying to prove a point. Fuck them bugs, nigga. Like,
you need to ask Peter if the bugs if they qualify under animal cruelty.
I like. Do they get mad at people who eat bugs?
I don't know.
Or fuck bugs up? I think they do. I think they advocate for bugs.
So I'm a spider. So what?
Yes. So I'm a spider. So what?
Spider. So what?
Ron put me on.
Shout out to us.
We saw the trailer at
C2E2. No, Crunchyroll.
It had to be C2E2.
Was it?
I don't remember. I was with y'all almost.
It had to be Crunchyroll. You're probably right.
I think it was Crunchy. It had to have been Crunchyroll because it's on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll had their panels at C2E2.
They did.
And you were probably right though. It probably was Crunchyroll. Either way, we saw it, and I'm like, bro, I gotta watch this.
No, because now we gotta go back because we did the article.
I didn't hear about it.
Then that was at I probably said when we did our coverage for virtual Crunchyroll.
So they announced the virtual Crunchyroll,
and we did our coverage there, and that's when we were.
But we saw the trailer at C2E2.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did see the trailer at C2E2 because that's what I was trying to think about. It was announced on virtual Crunchyroll, but C2E2 I remember was the next year.
No, C2E2 was before it, but that'd make sense. They showed the trailer, but official announcement was at their expo because later in that year.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So what drew you to it?
No, so the trailer when I first saw it, like I think it was because you were saying on break, there's not a lot of shows, at least that I watched right now, that had a female protagonist. So immediately seeing it, and just this girl getting turned to a spider, it's like. Because she's basically the narrator. It's not like you see the action, but you also got her narration throughout the entire show. Just seeing that, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny." First off, the premise is funny. It's just this girl. It seems like her entire school they all get reincarnated, and she's reincarnated as a spider.
So before we move forward, is this a theme? Like, what do they call this reincarnate? Because I feel like there's so many.
There are a lot.
I forgot what
there's always like there's one with I forget what it's
like,
called.
Is it called something?
But there's a ton.
The genre got to be something.
The eighth son. Are you kidding me? There's a time I got reincarnated as a slime.
The RPG one that I'm watching, this RPG is shittier than the one in real life. Like,
I'm just worried. Konosuba, there are a ton.
What's funny though is the shift in how long the titles are getting.
Oh, they're getting so long.
Like that's the shift.
I've been noticing a lot more.
That is the genre to me.
But I wonder if
all the long title shows are reincarnation shows.
I wonder is that because of the translation?
I don't know, but boy, I mean, that's a lot of shit they say because I see they title too. That shit's long. Like, imagine that.
A lot of shit they
because I feel like a lot of time when people it seems like a lot of times when they do like the translation, they do it very literal. And obviously, I don't know Japanese, but it seems like say if the Japanese word like they'll say if they're saying tree in Japanese, and the leaves or the wooded structure with leaves, it'll be like the translation. It's like, bro, you know they meant just tree. You don't need to write that. Like.
I get what you're saying because I've noticed.
No, that was a very good statement. I didn't think about how many reincarnation shows there were,
but it's like it's still an adventure show though.
Yeah,
that's what I like about it.
It has the RPG aspect too.
Yeah, same vein as like Goblin Slayer and fucking slime. You know,
that adventure aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is because it's a reincarnation and they kind of throw you into it's like you're in a game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And like so immediately when she get there, she was hungry and like I don't want to go through the whole season.
In short, it's just like this.
She's leveling up as a spider.
A classroom, an entire classroom gets bombed and killed, and they all reincarnate into this weird world. And the entire classroom reincarnated into humans except for one person.
Two. Because one is the dragon.
One is the dragon, and I can't remember what the other one is. If you're not including the spider, because I was gonna mention that. Too.
No, it's the
spider and her.
And they all reincarnated together except for
Spider.
What
were you
gonna say? Sorry, one person out the friend group.
Two? No, they not. I don't know. She's not. The spider girl. She's not friends with them.
Nah,
they're just all in the same class.
No, because I was gonna say that'd be wild. Like if we all get reincarnated, but one of us get reincarnated as a dragon, and all of us are spiders, just like this isn't going to be a complex friendship.
No, like they reincarnated into people.
Yeah.
Then one girl's reincarnated into a dragon, and then
she's the spider.
The chick,
I thought everybody was a spider, but one person got a dragon.
No,
I was that's fucked up.
And I was saying, I'm just giant man. So when they resurrected too, because it's like a video game, so they resurrected with specs. You know, like they already
so they had to put points in, whatever. So they leveled up.
So you gotta, and I think what they call like the just new skills, like whatever everybody. So everybody would have what you start discovering later a little bit is that everybody's skill, like the original starting skill, is kind of like similar to how they were as a regular person or whatever. So that's what makes it kind of funny because it's like when the spider discovers this, it's like, why the fuck I become a spider though? Like, so it's like
she's salt too. Yeah. But then she like is cool with it. But it's fun.
Because those first few days was a struggle.
Oh my god! So they get thrown into like she's just a low level spider.
Hatched.
And where are they? Underground?
It's underground. It's like some underground labyrinth, and there's 3 levels of it. So she's not only underground, but she's in the underground.
And she got to get through it. She got to get through the.
And like she comes out, like I said, she was all hungry. She's trying to figure out her first days. Fam, the monkey fight was the most stressful fight she had.
God, bro.
Like I don't know if y'all agree.
Yes.
But to me, her most stressful early fight was when she killed one monkey because she got to feed on him and everything. But right before she killed it, like yelled. And then, like, at the next episode, you just see it's a gang of them. Just like all healed.
They had her so pressed up on that wall, on that little piece of rock. It was so strong. I was like, why? Like, what the fuck? Because they was just coming at her up the wall.
I mean, they was coming at waves. Then they had the super monkeys. I don't know what to call the evolved ones. They knew how to throw shit at her. Like,
and mind you, she already had got into like a little couple scuffles. Like I think she battled that little lizard.
She battled a lizard. She was battling a ton of shit. Like
because that's how she learned how to eat, and she was level up, and she was leveling up fast because she was low. But she was just
the monkeys had her.
Oh my god!
Dog, she was stressed. That was the first time I was like, dog, she might die.
Yeah,
like maybe she's not the main character.
Right. I thought the same thing too, or that she was gonna die and keep coming back.
Yeah, I thought maybe that's when we would find out like she got live.
Yeah, but they fucked her ass up. They ripped the leg off and shit.
Dog,
like
they ripped almost half of her off.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. Like RPG animes they all are so dope to me.
All the animes that are like gamified, because Darwin's game, that anime is cold.
I've been meaning to watch that.
That anime cold. I watched it. Darwin's game. It was on Crunchyroll before it came to Netflix. I saw it just recently on Netflix.
Yeah, that's
so you can watch the whole season. But like again, it's another one of those animes that the situation of life is kind of gamified.
Yeah, I like that. I like that aspect because, like I said, like even the one that I was watching, the one that this RPG is shittier than the one in real life.
I keep meaning to check that out
because like what's dope about it is like he doesn't have to be in the game. So, but he keeps on going back because it's like now he wants to complete it, right? But then it's also this hot chick that is like convincing him to do it. But he fucked up at the beginning. He thought it's like, oh well, not knowing like the rules of the RPG. So like he ends up accidentally killing somebody, and then he gets branded as friend killer because the person was just
That's similar to the spider when she ate one of her spider and it's like family killer.
So everybody sees that. So everywhere you go, they're like, oh man. Yeah. So they like as you develop you like I said, you level up or you or your status change. So status keep changing, keeps adding stuff, but it's not adding it in the best light. But now he's trying to get better, and then he found out like there's only one person in the world who ever beat the game, and he has codes and shortcuts. But like the guy, he's like very douchey, so like he keep on trying to ask him for the codes and stuff. Like it's just this whole thing, and it's
I'm gonna have to definitely check
like,
that
it's
out.
hilarious, but it's like
the other one you recommended before was I maxed out my defense.
Yeah.
So I don't take any. So I don't take any damage.
Yeah, because I've been
that one's hilarious.
I seen that one too. I was gonna watch that one too.
And I was saying I like these RPG animes. Man.
Yeah, I've been watching. What is it? I Stand on a Million Lives or something on a. I think I stand up on top of 1,000,000 lives or something like that. But it's like it's another one.
Yeah, I haven't
a
seen that
resurrection
one
one, and dude is like he get resurrected. Like he like same thing. He gets skills or whatever, and everybody around him gets like the mage. And, you know what I'm saying? He get like I think his first like whatchamacallit was a farmer or some shit like or a cook or something. So it's like dude trouble, but he want to be stronger than every like. Right. But they keep like so it's like they would do a mission like he would pop in and like it's like it's about this one though they go back and forth between the actual real world and the game. So it's like they for some reason they like go to sleep or whatever and then they pop into this game like they get put into the game and they got to complete a mission. If they don't complete the mission in time, then they actually die. Like they die. Oh. You know what I'm saying? But if they complete the mission, then they like spin this like Wheel of Fate. They give them like a new skill, like upgrades and whatever. So it's like everybody keeps getting like powered up, and dude just keep getting like I think like the last one I was watching, he been like a chef, a farmer, and then he like a blacksmith now. Like you know what I'm saying?
So he ain't getting the good power.
He ended up like supporting. Like he wants to be stronger than everybody, but he's really like keep getting resurrected as support to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny as hell because it's like everybody else want him to really beat him up to do the shit. But he keeps winning. And it be rare because it's like those skills are like on the little fortune or the really he like 4 times in a row. Like bro, what we doing? Like
and it's funny because it's the opposite way because usually the big money is the small one.
You know what I'm saying?
This time it's like it's not.
So it's like that's what's making funny because he's like this can't be. And he'll do all the work like XP whatever to build his XP up. He be like I can't possibly get something like this again. Like please make me like play me something. That motherfucker be that last triangle again. So it's like but all these. I mean I enjoy like to me the first one that kind of pulled me into that kind of stuff was Sword Art anyway, Sword Art Online.
True,
you know what I'm saying?
That or the what is it, Fate? Oh no, I guess more Fate just because I know it had a game.
Well, see, and the thing about I love like
I think just because I knew it had a game.
Yeah, it was
because I did love Sword Art Online, but it didn't make me want to seek out more like that for some reason. I don't know why.
Did you watch the spinoff of that? I think it's like the gun one. Yeah, the gun one.
Gun
Sword Art Online. It's actually another one out I haven't started watching yet, but it's like I enjoy.
I haven't watched Sword Art either.
Huh?
Because I haven't watched any of this.
Because it's like the same character through all of them.
I hadn't watched.
You would like Sword Art.
I enjoyed it because every even when they did the season where it was just Sword Art, like the gun game was the first one they really flipped it, but each one would still be like a different kind of game world or whatever. But like the gun one to me was the coolest one because it's like it became more like because it was like a little girl and she was cold because she was smaller in the hip marker. Right. So that's why she was like the coldest motherfucker in the thing, and she wore like bright pink. So it's like you was trying to. She was the brightest target, but the smallest target, and she was destroying motherfuckers, dog. Like so, it's like so that one was
on Gun Gale, right?
Yeah, no, it's Sword Art Online, gun something like
Gun
that.
Gale
Gun Gale Online, like
The so little one, I saw an episode. She was fucking shit up.
Yeah, like she was cold. Like so, like so like those were the first ones. That was the first game. I mean, first anime of like Resurrection, RPG, because I mean, it had got to a point that it was pretty much like Resurrection because in the first seasons they were actually like logging back into the game. Yeah, and then something happened where the game like crashed and everybody was stuck in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna have to watch it. Is it on Netflix?
Gun Gale's on Netflix.
Yeah, Gun Gale's on Netflix.
And Sword Art is too.
Sword Art is okay.
What's your favorite RPGs?
Video games?
Yeah.
A video game RPG? I mean, it had to be Final Fantasy VII still, for me.
I never got into Final Fantasy.
Did you play the remake?
Me either.
I didn't play the remake. I really want to play the one
I want to get into Final Fantasy bad, and I
want to play the remake they did on PlayStation because I thought it was going to bring the Xbox, and they didn't, so I'm salty about that. But I mean...
I love Grand Theft, if we consider it one,
no,
online.
Call that out.
Online is, I mean, it's kind of like an MMO. It is a kind of
like
RPG.
MMO.
It has RPG
elements.
Yeah, if you consider it. But, you know, Skyrim. I love Skyrim.
Yeah, Skyrim. I mean, I have like, cause I always was a big fan, and I'm still a big fan of more of like the Zelda is top down RPGs, whatever. So that's what I'm saying. Cause if Chrono Trigger would probably be my favorite.
Chrono Trigger.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Chrono Trigger would be my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, I was a fan of like the Wives 3. Like, I played a lot of RPG games.
Parasite Eve.
Eve is fucking phenomenal, bro.
I still think Final Fantasy.
I really thought Parasite Eve.
And I played I didn't play like all the early
over the Resident Evil niche, you know.
Yeah,
I really thought. So.
I didn't play a lot of I got on Final Fantasy I think at 6 or 7, but after I got through it, I played 8, 9, 10.
I
you know
played some of it, but I never was motivated enough to like beat it.
Yeah, them fights was cold back then, fam.
I love Super Mario RPG.
Super Mario RPG was cold.
I love that
Super
game.
Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG was tight. Is it Paper Mario?
But it wasn't an RPG.
No, it wasn't
though.
Mario RPG.
It wasn't RPG. Super Mario RPG was the only one because you could level up your crew. You know.
Yeah.
That's when that was the RPG. Those RPGs where you would line up the fight and take turns.
Yeah. The turn-based, pretty much just turn-based.
Yeah, turn-based RPGs.
See, I forgot all about The Witcher.
I mean, The Witcher. I don't think
Dragon Age.
I don't think I really played any RPG.
I mean,
you tried to play an RPG.
I love one player.
Well, I'm looking at.
I don't like playing with people.
Nope, I take that back. Knights of the Old Republic.
I mean, I guess
Knights of the Old Republic.
You can't have that, I guess.
What
specifically too?
See, because here's the thing. I had Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I didn't even play the RPG aspect. After I beat the regular game, I got online once to kind of see how it was. And I didn't
Valhalla has online.
I wouldn't consider that one an RPG though.
The last two are they got RPG elements.
It's pretty much like Grand Theft Auto Online.
Valhalla has online like that.
That's what it seemed like when I logged on it. It was just a whole bunch of people.
I mean, so I guess
and then you can go missions or not, or you could just run around. Like it was like Grand Theft Auto Online.
Yeah, because I mean, like it would be like open. It would be like an open world. So I mean, the RPG elements is pretty much the fact that you gain experience and level up specs. You know what I'm saying? If
then there's two that I'm going to give it a heavy asterisk. I acknowledge it as an asterisk. 2K. Because 2K Online, I'm heavy on that. RPG, and again, asterisk because I know it's not the traditional RPG. And then, I would have to say Grand Theft Auto Online because even though, like, I get on it daily, like literally daily right now. So.
I mean, because I mean, the way I consider what an RPG is, and it's the fact that we always just say RPG, but I mean, it's literally role playing game. So it's really that's what it is. Like you creating a role, and you know what I'm saying. Like so, that's like the RPG elements that everybody talks about. The fact that you make a character, you make specs, you do. You know what I'm saying. Like you're making a role in the class of something, and going to it's like you can't. Like I can't say Zelda is a role-playing game to me because you know what I'm saying, you're playing as Link.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can say it has role-playing elements if you can level up Link.
But they still they consider an RPG though.
Really
because remember RPGs.
I consider Legend of Zelda as a dungeon crawler.
RPGs
because you don't gain experience in Zelda.
That's why I was saying it's not an RPG.
You just get weapons and you might get another heart container.
Your hearts, but that's
just
a very basic system.
That's not. But that's
and if you want to say early RPG, because
I mean, yes, there's always like there is like a straight, like a straight line to it. Like you can't avoid not doing the things that.
But I mean, no, because in the sense of Zelda, you can play Zelda and never grab a heart container, and that would be like. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Technically, you could,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I don't know why you want to.
I mean, but that's
you can't say that that's a level. I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like that would be, if you wanted to add RPG elements to Zelda, that would be what it would be.
But when you level up, you get stronger, or at least you gain more health so you don't die. And that's like the only element that I'm saying from it, because you don't gain experience, you gain stronger, but you can build your stamina and you can build your heart containers up.
But it's not through necessarily doing stuff in the game. You come across them.
Yeah, no, you do stuff in the game.
Not for every single one,
and
though.
The enemies you fight.
Well, in the last one, yeah, it was.
Oh no, we're talking about like the newer
in
Zelda.
Classic Zelda, every time you beat the main dungeon, you got your heart, or it was there in the store for you, and who wasn't going to pass it up? Like, nobody wasn't going to not buy a heart unless you wanted to beat the game.
But see, that's where I think that's where I take it away.
But I'm saying, like,
The difference
that's was the introductions to like RPGs to us though from like NES. Like
I'll give you that. It wasn't the introduction.
That, like
I'll give you that.
That's why I consider it RPG because there was no other game that you can. It's literally role playing game. I don't think it's
saving an early RPG though.
I don't think you can define it. I don't think it should just be defined because you have to create a character and that's how it's RPG. Because Final Fantasy is an RPG, you know. It is.
But I mean, I was saying like the role part of the game, the creative player is like is the stats thing.
But
like you may not create a player
later though. That came later.
That wasn't always there.
That was never like that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you want to think about the early thought process of that, playing Zelda without collecting the heart containers is like a different kind of, you know what I'm saying, game. So that'd be like if you like now I'm playing 3 heart Link or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me playing with all 9 hearts I can get, I'm finna beat this game with just 3 heart Link. And now you've made kind of like a class.
I would call that
character.
more of an adventure game, though.
Yeah, it would still be an adventure. Like that was like I didn't really put Zelda as an RPG because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled up. It's like it rides the fine line for me because I know exactly why y'all won't call it RPG, and that's why I'm saying it's not an RPG. But at the same time, I am saying it's an RPG because
it's early stage.
It was the original. RPG was the original role play.
I mean, it wasn't the original.
I googled RPG games just to see like what type, like if there was like a common theme, and then I do come across the latest Zelda.
Yeah, I mean the latest Zelda. The latest Zeldas are RPG.
Because this is
open world.
This is the list that I
RPG wasn't always open world because when you look, Chrono Trigger wasn't open world.
But I think RPG,
but it's leveling up. That's what I'm saying. Like the main thing.
So that
the main thing of role playing game is because Chrono Trigger had level up and attribute stats.
But there's so many different games in this like list of RPG games that we have to still consider older ones because at the time that concept wasn't developed because Final Fantasy is an RPG. So it's always been considered an RPG.
The very first,
pretty much anything where you can grab,
but it was an open world.
Hold on, I want to hear
the very first RPG was something called Akalabeth World of Doom.
I was hoping it was going to be a game we would all recognize.
I've actually heard of Akalabeth.
I haven't heard of it.
And then it went to.
Is it one that you open doors and shit like that? Because
that's Dragon Stomper. That's what that was on Atari. Because that's the one. But like they got.
I mean like even if you go to that like. That would have been like Zelda's is after even like the PC games of like you said where you just like walk through doors and run into. I forgot what they called that one. That RPG where you kind of like the choose your destination where you kind of like
that's an RPG because it's a role playing game.
But those would be that's earlier than Zelda. Like those are PC games and those back in the day.
Yeah,
I forgot what they were called. So it was like
they were on Nintendo, but dude, Zelda came out in like 1989. Couldn't have been 89. I think 88. I want to say 88.
I had the Nintendo when it came out, so I know I didn't play Zelda. I mean,
I'm surprised that nobody picked none of the Pokemon games.
I mean, I didn't play the Pokemon games.
Oh, yeah, you didn't.
I didn't play.
I really liked all the Pokemon games.
No,
86 was the first Zelda.
86.
Yeah, I liked all the Pokemon games. But man, Knights of the Old Republic was so cold.
You know what?
I'm still waiting for a remake of that.
If anything, Zelda.
No. So I'm looking at the official classification and everything, and they say RPGs include the genre defying, and they say so. Zelda 2 Adventure Link is on there.
Zelda 2 was definitely
from its predecessor, the Legend. The predecessor, The Legend of Zelda, with the statistical elements of turn-based RPGs. They got them both in there.
I'm telling you, it was the
well,
one of the first
I mean, I didn't say
RPGs.
I wasn't definitely saying it wasn't RPG.
There's this one wild RPG game I'm trying to think of. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it.
Wild Arms is one of my favorite RPGs too. Wild Arms, Wise 3,
Dragon Warrior. Was it Dragon Warrior? Did I have Dragon Warrior?
There was another one that was what was it called? Damn, I can't think of the name of it.
Were you into the Elder Scrolls?
Nope.
I did. I mean, I just beat the shit out of the Elder Scrolls 2 or whatever it was on Switch.
Like I never, like I tried to play like the Elder Scrolls, like the online one, or whatever, and I played it for a minute, but
or like Skyrim.
Those, like that's what I'm saying, like
Skyrim.
Like
well, I think that's an offshoot Elder Scrolls.
Wait, super, kind of to both of this. And this is funny that this is a debate. So they said in 1994 there was a game designer, Sandy Peterson, who noted that cartridge-based console RPGs are not considered role-playing at all, And her argument to that was The Legend of Zelda. That was her main argument about it, and it sparked this whole controversy on what to classify RPG, how to classify it, and everything like that.
Oh wow! So she argued for Zelda too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what
she argued against it.
She argued against it. That is not an RPG.
Oh, they argued. Okay, yeah. I mean, as I'm saying, it's a really touchy, debatable. But I mean, that's why they also call like what Zelda will be considered what they make like the JRPGs.
Or I guess like a Destiny, that's an RPG element.
Destiny is an RPG. I mean, Destiny.
I think that's traditionally.
It's so hard because role playing games, like I said, in the defining moments of what role playing games to me are, it's about being able to play the game in a way that you want to play it.
You know what?
It's a role playing game. You play. I mean, I guess you could do it both ways. And I feel that I know that came later though. But like traditional RPG, you have a character, you're role playing it, and it's stat based to an extent.
I got an idea, and y'all gonna have to roll with me on this because I'm gonna do this.
Oh God!
No, this is gonna be good because I'm gonna start trying to write because I think if we did an RPG game, a Geekset RPG.
I know Dahl was gonna say a Geekset RPG.
I already said I was gonna do that. I didn't say I was gonna do it. But remember, that was like my thing of like.
But see, think about it this way because you gotta think. Okay, now we got different classifications, right? Because like, what's gonna power you up faster? So like, you get to live, you got to get like beats and comic books to power him because like that's gonna be his classification. And like we can really get into it.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, I can see it. I mean, you can do a pretty small like JRPG. I mean, they call it JRPGs.
Tabletop RPGs.
No, I want to get. I want it digital. I want it digitalized. Put it in the phones.
Oh, you want it like that? Okay,
yeah.
I thought you meant like the tabletop. The way you were describing the classes, I immediately went to Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even in the regular, there's always.
Which, by the way, I still want to get us on camera because I've never played it. I want to get us on camera playing it.
But that's what I remember.
I'm mad at y'all more. Y'all like, oh yeah, I do Dungeons and Dragons, but then when I try to get us to do the cards thing, y'all was like, nah.
What cards thing?
Not Dungeons. What's the dice and the cards that they be doing?
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I thought Dungeons and Dragons was the board.
Dungeons and Dragons doesn't always have to have a board. I think that's just because I looked at the starter kit for it. It did not have a board. They would give you much.
So when they
I think that's just code. Dungeon Masters being like, I'm gonna set the element for y'all. Because I think the Dungeon Master gotta have some type of flair and like showmanship.
Oh.
I don't know for sure.
I mean, it's definitely something else other than.
Well, when I suggest, so maybe I should have said Dungeons and Dragons because when I suggested it, I said the cards.
I don't remember you suggesting it.
I didn't. They do. These two was. Well, he was like, I tried. These two was way off of it. They were like, nah.
Maybe you I mean, the way you described it now, I don't want to do it. It hadn't been in your pitch, nigga. Like
maybe in the 200th episode.
I would have just said trying Dungeons and Dragons and They had a Marvel tabletop game. I wanted to get us trying.
So I mean, so as I said, like the RPG. That's what I said. You really got to say RPG elements because so many games are because there's always going to be adventure role playing or action role. You know what I'm saying? Like because the role playing is just the elements of it. So it's like the base of it that, like you said, arguing like The Legend of Zelda. Like you can say that those were early stages of RPG elements because it was about leveling. Like that was the level up. You beat a boss and level up, but you don't really adjust anything different to you. You just level up. You just become stronger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's very, very, very basic early RPG. But RPG. You know what I'm saying? But it is in that same realm of like you have to do something and level up to get stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to fight this boss to be stronger for the next boss.
And I just have to get this off my chest.
But you also can say Zelda can be almost open world RPG too because you could also, in a sense, kind of go to anywhere on the map unless you got, until you found everything.
Yeah, and you saying that, I just gotta get this off my chest. I hate now that they make you pay or give you options to pay for things in RPG games. Like, and then they make it so difficult to grind.
That
sucks the living soul out of the fucking game.
That's what most people talk about as far as like their gripes with certain RPGs is like you making the grind not worth it, and where it's almost I have to pay otherwise I can't enjoy this game.
I mean, and that's what makes it so bad because you make the grind so long. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want to play these games for a very long time regardless. You know what I'm saying? But the grind shouldn't be that fucking long. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you can pay to go faster, my grind shouldn't be this damn. Like how long you want me to play this game, fam?
Why am I grinding for 2 weeks?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is insane.
Like, so I think that's the really issue of it because I feel like, I mean, I think the problem I see with those kind of games is the fact that, like, you can see the greed in it. Because it's like, you could make it where, even if it was like you cut it down to a week to do something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still going to get people who like, I don't got time for a week. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to lose.
A week of gameplay easily can turn into a month and a half or two.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then by that time, your friends are moving on up and shit like that.
Or
like,
you just meet somebody that's cooler than you online.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck you get all this shit for? Like, I paid for it, fam.
Yeah.
Fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn, bro.
You
paid
especially
for
see
it?
that a lot, like a lot of the free games.
Yeah, like the free game, yeah.
Man, what was that? I remember on PlayStation, was it DC Online?
Oh, DC Online Universe.
Yeah, DC Universe, yeah.
That was fun to play.
That was fun to play.
That didn't have. I had to grind, but I didn't feel like I had to grind to save my life in that game.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It had a very good steady pace.
Yeah,
at least the last time I left.
I think it's shut down now, but I think I think people were starting to say that towards the end, which is weird because you can still download it. You would think they would remove it from the store.
Yeah, no, I had downloaded it when I like a while back. I was like, oh shit, this game's still rocking. And I got on. I was like, oh, ain't nobody in this motherfucker.
Oh, so it's dead like that.
Servers nobody still active?
I don't know. I got online.
It's still available for download. So I got it.
They're probably just not supporting it.
Yeah, they probably not.
But when I got on, I was like, all right, I don't see nobody because I remember there was times you get on, it's just you like everybody was
you
there.
See people going,
and now you got on, it's like, oh, okay.
Because I mean, that's like when you talk about the free shit, like that's how Warframe. Like I know Diz play. Like
Diz love Warframe.
How much spending you spent on Warframe?
Less than 40.
Oh, okay, so you grinded.
You can do a lot of stuff. Because what I like with Warframe is they have a in-game market also. So like, if you grind it for like if you grind in for like all the like the stuff that you would typically pay for, but you get something that you kind of don't like. They got a whole in-game market. You're like, hey, I got this. I done, grind it for this. I don't really want it. And they'll give you the in-game currency that costs the money. It's called platinum. It's just platinum in the game. But that's the one that costs money. But like, if you find some cold shit, if you just really own it and you playing, you can sort of build your own money up to be like, all right, now I can go buy the shit. Because even all the stuff that like would cost real money, it's just because you got to buy the platinum.
Right.
So,
you're buying buying the coin to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to use it. So then, like, if you grind and you just get some luck or you whatever, you get like the stuff that's really cold. You can sell enough to get some platinum to buy what you wanted to buy because you couldn't get it.
Nigga, when I first got on that motherfucker though, that shit was shit was black market, nigga. Like you had a nigga in your message like, hey, I got this.
It's still pretty black market.
Dog.
What they trying to sell you their weapons?
Like the weapons, I see you been grinding for that helmet for a minute, nigga. I got it. Like
when you get everything, it's always in a blueprint form. So you still may have to get like the materials for it, but it's like, hey, without this blueprint, you can't create it when you got the materials. So it's like, bro, I got this Warframe's blueprint. Here you go. Give me 200 platinum. And
so
you catch the right
cash
nigga,
money.
So
you pretty much got to put cash in to get the platinum.
Bro,
and you sit in platinum.
Well, me and Astro, because there used to be this one stage.
So it became like I knew a nigga that was grinding. And that was like his part-time job.
Yeah, me
like
and
he
Astro,
grinded because he would get
every
shit
Saturday
to sell it.
morning, because he was like, it's early Saturday. We could just sit on here, play for a bit, and just grind. We would do like hour and a half, 2 hour grind session, and then just use that to sell with the shit that we didn't got. Like, hey, I don't need this. I don't need this.
It was so black market, fam. Like my guy, Country, King Geek. Like I always used to play on that with him a lot, but he spent money. Like he used to spend money on the whole like when you had to hatch the eggs or whatever, like to feed the process. Or he'd buy this motherfucker. I think he had that shit like on $100 like retention a month. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
damn.
I'm like, cuz
I get the platinum just from like the in-game stuff. And what's nice is with PlayStation Plus, every so often they'll here go PlayStation Plus pack and just throw you 100 platinum. I'm like, all right, cool.
So
I got me 100 platinum.
But that was the first game I actually watched where I was like, I couldn't believe that niggas grinded. Like you could
black market,
like,
bro.
I didn't believe. But I mean, you would see like because it was like the Warframe was so customizable. I don't know how much it is now, but like that you had a ship, but then you also had like your own kind of like base. But the base was like a fucking mansion, bro.
Yeah,
like,
so they still got that, and now you got your new ship. It's called a Railjack. You got 2 ships now, dog. I really do like the game a lot.
Is it crossplay?
Yeah.
I can download it on the Switch.
Crossplay is coming. They just announced it because they had their convention a couple weeks ago they just announced that it's coming. It's in development now. Cross-play, cross-save, all of that.
I mean, it's Kodo. It's a pretty much Ninja. It's Space Ninja.
Like I said, I like it a lot.
I mean, it's really Space Ninja.
I didn't know. I would have never thought Warframe had a black market. I've seen it.
Y'all kept it on the black market.
Hey,
bro, I've seen it on.
You ain't hear nothing like black market.
No. I know because
game.
I remember my guy when he had Madden. He would sell his Madden cards.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, it's so.
I mean, niggas in 2K sell their characters.
People be undercut you. Like this one, I went on there because I was trying to buy. I was trying to buy this sword. It was like I got the platinum for it. I put it up there. Some dude was like, "Yeah, I give it to you for 40 platinum." And you got some other dude. He came in just 35. I'm like, dog. So I go back to the first. Like, hey, somebody said they give me for 35. Bro, I got you for 30. And like, bro, I could have been lying because you can't see the messages.
Look at that, bro. So yeah, that's
30
like
platinum.
They
making Diz out here making little drug deals on Warframe.
That seems to be funny as a bitch, bro.
The best supply.
You'll see it like in the chat box.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine, that would be.
Oh my god!
Hey, bro, you could sell your cars. You just got
because literally you just grinded just to be better and get better,
just to look dope, just to be the flyest on the map. But that's why I play GTA.
That is definitely or to go just beat up random people.
Or just to beat up random people. But if they had a black market where you can yo, I got this car. That shit would be wow.
You know what I think they do because I think people be selling people be selling them shark cards and shit like that.
No, that's just selling the code.
That's for money though.
Yeah, but I'm saying they don't have.
Imagine you could sell your if you done bought this penthouse, bro, I give it to you for 10
years. if GTA was to the part where you really could deck out a penthouse, like this is my penthouse, nobody else can have this kind of penthouse.
Yeah, see, that's what they don't got.
They gotta go up on the market one day. Take a loss,
right?
If they did that on Grand Theft Auto, it would be the most amazing.
They do the situation like the dude you got caught slipping.
I will burn up hours. I will call into work.
Niggas have all kind of jobs. Like you would really have occupation. Like niggas be like, I'm an interior decorator, so I'm gonna do it in everybody's houses. Like,
I'll be a stick-up kid.
Better life for me on Grand Theft.
Wake up one day, you log into Grand Theft, and it's just, hey, Deuces got caught slipping. He's selling his mansion now.
Or imagine you log on and you wake up and all your shit gone. It's like, hey, you got robbed. Like, wait, who?
Like, Grand Theft Auto had
Big Money 58 robbed your.
If Grand Theft Auto had like that, those DayZ elements where shit could still happen to your ass when you was in and out of the game, like
they definitely need a game like that.
They need to do that.
They
bro.
need
now, like that it has excited me. I mean, we haven't seen a Grand Theft Auto in almost. Grand Theft Auto is older than my youngest daughter, and it's still getting ported over. It's on his second system right now. Third.
It was on. They was quick. They was on PS3. They was on PS3
3.
and Xbox 360.
4,
and then 4 and now 5.
Yeah, because I had it when it came out on PS3.
I had it for 360 too.
Yes.
Shit, it came out on PS2. I had it on PS2.
No,
not 5.
No, not 5.
Oh, not 5, but I'm saying like.
No, we're saying literally Grand Theft Auto 5
literally is on 3 systems.
Like shit.
Oh yeah.
Like that game has been in my life through like all type of different changes, bro.
Thick and thin.
Like my life has changed, but Grand Theft Auto hasn't, and it's still alive. It's still alive. It is active. They just released like a huge update again.
They add the stock market, bro. Like I'm not getting on there till they add the stock market,
bro. That's when they need to do with the real life update. Cause you do that, that's
what I'm saying. Like they've been developing a new one. I know they had to have been
like real life update.
What if this is included? Because now they can do more. They gotta play. PlayStation 5 is out. Could do more.
That would be cold to watch. Like, can you just imagine? Just imagine just logging in and you're like, who the fuck is this nigga? You literally load. Like you don't got the slow load. You gotta go through the whole music and shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they load you in.
Imagine like going home and watch it and it's getting robbed.
So now you gotta shoot it out.
Logging in is worse because you log in, you're not ready. Yeah. You're not prepared for you think
like
you're gonna be
a Grand Theft Auto load.
Especially if when you log in, they wake you up in your bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A second, your shit.
They log you in home, like Xing in the room.
So like you gotta do real life stuff. Like you gotta keep a gun by close by, because if you don't,
right? That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. That's the funny part. But like, because in most cases, nigga, like Grand Theft Auto load screen so long that you be doing something else. You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be sections where it's gonna be the hood.
Dog, you trying to make
hey, so you really gotta grind.
Like,
you gotta get money so you can move out the hood.
Sections is gonna be like
you really gotta grind.
Like
that. But I mean, because what it would do, like if you expanded too much too, because I mean so much too, is the fact because like you would have to know niggas' money. Like they would have to find some way to let you know niggas' pockets, so it'd be like,
no, you don't.
Because you go into this house.
You gotta catch it.
Yeah, you go into this house. And you see like, oh, this is
DJ. Because they made exclusive lobbies where you can only have three lobbies that you could go into. What Digisane could actually be fucking possible, because you'll have 3 different lobbies. You know, you can stake people out. You know,
right?
So it's like you already know.
And then what they would need is there was like before you log out, you have to lock your door. If you don't,
that's gotta be your save.
That's your save. So like it'd be like you can't just run in the house and say no. You gotta run it, and you gotta.
I don't even want that to be my save, because I want to live on life on the edge.
Well, you can choose not to.
Live on the log
I'm gonna leave that front door open, have shotguns.
Like I say, it's your choice though. That's what I'm saying. It's your choice to lock it or not. If you don't, you
gonna have a vault with just money.
So like, if you don't, then your house is always showing available online when you sleep. But if you lock it, then you like you.
Oh, I mean that'd be cold.
That's what I'm saying.
Like at night, like available and shit.
Because that's pretty much like I said, like when you think about like the DayZ games and like the I can't think of the.
What was the one that was on mobile? Where you had to you can log on to the zombie game on mobile.
The zombie game, the last day on Earth.
Yeah, the last day on Earth.
I used to try to go rob people's house.
Me too.
That made me quit, because I went on a long string and nothing was happening to my house. And I remember one day I logged in.
Oh yeah, them zombies get
and niggas was
zombies attack or the people attack. Like,
I'm good. I logged off.
They raped your
I ain't played it since. I was like,
and you know what? I'm about to re-download it, because I used to love that game, because the grind, the payoff was the payoff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was hard though.
It was hard though.
I recently played it.
Like you grind, because like you can build you a fort, but you can fortify it with harder wood, and you can try and change it.
But it would take a long motherfucking time. It take a long time, and the resources are little.
Oh yeah, because you would have to go
at some point. You really got to go rob
or you got to go to a heavy zombie area. You're like, damn it, I know there's some fucked up strong zombies there, but I got to.
But
I got to get the
dilemma is, it's just like if you die with everything on you, and that's it. Like you don't respawn with that shit. And now you have one chance to go back and get if you died while trying to get your shit back, it's gone. And I stopped playing because I lost so much shit. I be like, I got all these guns, I'm gonna go in here, fuck these zombies up, collect these cars, do what I gotta do.
Hit you will lose your shit. Like, bro, I just did all this.
You know, but that's the zombie apocalypse, though.
Yeah, and they make it hard, but like, you gotta have a balance of food and like a little some boosters and weapons, and you can only carry so much on your shit.
You realize you lose your shit.
Like, you can only carry so much on your person.
Well, that's what you get. Like you can get a dog, or you can have a crew. Because I mean, they had the online aspect where you can have a crew.
I didn't get that far to be able to do that. You know,
I would always see the thing like, hey, get here to unlock the crew.
Yeah.
But I remember one time, dog, this is what actually made me quit. I had all my shit with me because I had nothing else, and I needed to make a run, because if not, like, shit was going to go bad.
Listen how stressed this
and then I died.
A mobile game.
I died at the police station, all right? And I was like, okay, I got a chance. I can still go back and get it.
That's the demoralizing one.
And I had a couple of things, but my guy is naked. Like, I don't have nothing no more. He's naked.
What slap you
because
down?
when you die, you lose everything. All your clothes, everything.
I mean, that's the DayZ.
I'm running back into the police station.
Trying to find the police.
With like a pistol, a bomb, and in my drawers, like barefoot. And I go right to get my pack, and I'm like, there's nothing around. Grabbing my pack, all of a sudden, fucking one of them fast zombies came out.
Because it's different level zombies. And what's crazy is
ate my ass up.
They have like there's one where you go to a military base and you can go down, and it's because you're on your game like this, so you in it. No, it really felt like you in the zombie because you like, oh
it's
shit, because it's dark, and then you hear, you're like, well, what the fuck was that? And now you're like, oh shit, they got.
I was entering into dark zones.
Yeah,
and shit.
that shit is wild.
It's way too stressful for a mobile game. I was like, dog, I'm done with this,
bro. I lost everything. Nothing in my house.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what like
all
y'all.
I had was water from the well and a patch of carrots.
Y'all won't survive DayZ there, because that's what I'm saying. Like, that's open world with other people too.
Yeah.
So
DayZ.
No, not DayZ, because DayZ was the one where they had the hordes and stuff. You thinking of
No, you thinking
No, it was World War Z. I had it backwards.
Yeah, you think World War Z. DayZ was the
DayZ
game.
is the one, yeah.
It's open world. It's open world.
It's
it was a PC game, but I think it's on PlayStation and everything now too.
I think so.
But it's literally like people all over the, people is on like MMO. But it's a zombie apocalypse, so it's a survival and everything.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
I got that. And you play with your team, and the zombies come in waves.
No, that's World War Z.
That's World War
Z.
DayZ is like pretty much like you said. It's like the survival.
It's like
okay.
It is on
PlayStation
and Xbox.
And I didn't get that shit was so they were like you don't necessarily even like you get attacked by a zombie and break your arm, and then you can't use that arm until you get bandages and all that shit and wrap your arm and all that back up and then let it heal. Like when my guys was playing that shit back in the days, the motherfuckers would think that they can like break their arm or something and go like heal, like go sit down. Like I'm trying to get play the game later.
That game is
come back in the game and you still
like
injured or whatever. Right. Can't move. Like my guy got like put down, like he couldn't move, like incapacitated or whatever, and he couldn't. He was like, bro, I need somebody to log in so you can come to me and get me. Like I'm right, like I'm here. Like I can't. Like I think he had like a leg broke or something. He's like, but I ain't got nothing to do nothing. I'm just here. Like but it's that same shit though, like real life. So it's like while you logged out, if you're not in a safe place, motherfuckers will see you.
Hey, you know what's funny? So that's why, bro.
Or
you gotta watch that with the RPG and shit in real life because he had that moment.
He did.
He got in the game and then like he killed his friend and then he was like he got beat up so he was like, oh, I'm gonna eat some herbs. He was like, oh, it's not working. Yeah. And so then he logged back in. He was like, wait, I'm still the killer. He's like, I'm still fatigued. Yeah. It's like fam, no, you can't just log out. He was like
so many motherfuckers got out. Like some of my friends got out of DayZ because of that shit. Because it was probably one of the heaviest trolling games ever, fam. Yeah. Like, because I mean, you literally like. It was that, like, if you died, you ass naked. and if a nigga killed you, like, you worried about zombies hitting you, but if a nigga is just really out here trolling to kill you, he's taking everything from you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you not finna get it back because you in draws now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not finna get it back. So it'd be like, it was definitely one of them games. That's also like, I
can't believe I missed out on that one.
When dude told me about the leg break and he was like, he needs somebody to log out, I'm not playing this game.
It's still, I know it got put into PlayStation, so I'm sure people are still playing it online. It's on the system now. I know. I think it was the free game of the month like a couple months back.
Yeah, it's been out for years.
PlayStation 5, guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
I need
too.
one bad.
Yo, I mean,
I think Christmas
hopefully would be the
hopefully the chip shortage is gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need that to pass up too.
Well, let's get into recommendations.
All right.
I don't have any.
I can go first.
I can also go.
I can.
I'll go first. Rick and Morty this season. Rick and Morty has been top tier.
This is top tier.
Oh my god,
this has been a top tier season.
Oh my god, this
like the last episode.
Do I have to have? I don't have.
You got to have something live to watch because I don't think.
Yeah, I'm watching it
because Hulu doesn't put it on right as it's going.
Yeah, I watch it.
And it's not on HBO Max as it's going.
Hulu does if you got the live package.
If you got the live,
you got live. I don't have Hulu live.
Oh, they'll do it a week later then.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
Is it on FX? What does it play on?
No, but
Adult Swim. Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
Hulu doesn't have. Cause I checked earlier and it was still only showing season 4.
Yep. But yeah, it's been top tier, hilarious, man. And like, it's funny because like I told a couple of weeks back that I was going down this Rick and Morty hole. Yeah. They were saying that like Rick is going to eventually, like, he knows he's in a TV show, so he's going. So that if you watch the seasons, he slowly intentionally breaks the fourth or fifth wall because he's trying to like say like you can't control me. Fourth wall, yeah, you can't control me.
I was like, they got another wall. Like, what's the other wall?
Yeah. And so they're saying that like the big reveal is going to be Rick is going to somehow become like in the real world, like it's going to be part of the show or whatever like that. And so it's like when you watch it, it's like it is little small things. Like now that I'm watching like, oh shit, that was that. Oh shit,
you find little spots or whatever.
Well, I mean, it's still the creators never confirmed it. This is what it's
right.
But I feel like that Rick and Morty. I mean, it's a whole troll show, so it wouldn't be against them to kind of just trying to troll with it and say we're going to throw this in here, a little bit of this here, a little bit of this here, and everything like that.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, and the fact that they reference real life shit. You know what I'm saying? They reference what's going on around here, so it's like it's all you can tell. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can the fact that he would know pop culture things. Yeah. Lets you kind of gives you an idea that he know like because there's nothing where they're at that's like us. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like because I'm like, who the fuck he called? I think the last episode somebody called somebody something that was like called somebody a character that's like outside of like our world. I forgot what the fuck it was though. Yeah, but like you can tell that's like the fourth wall to me. It's like a Deadpool shit, like saying shit.
Well, they always riffed off of Marvel, but it's like that's an inside joke because the director doesn't like the Marvel. Like he's yeah. So like they always like that was not the Revengers. What was they called? What was his group called?
The Revengers.
The Revengers, yeah, the Revengers, yeah. Like that's what there came from, and then like so like and then in some of their opening they're like we can do that. We'll just do Marvel. We're not doing that. So it's like it's funny, but like it's them referencing real life world stuff, you know.
Yeah, so I can see that.
But this season has been amazing. I would say Rick and Morty.
Did they say they got renewed?
Yeah, when it last got renewed, it was for 7 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, for 7 seasons? Okay.
I think so.
All right, Liv, you can go.
Cocaine Cowboys, a new season.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch
that. That shit was interesting as hell. And
you never watched even
I didn't watch this new one.
I haven't watched the new one either. But
they were wild. Mm-hmm. It was wild. It's on Netflix.
I'm gonna have to watch. I saw it. It showed my queue. I'm gonna recommend New Shaman King. It's a remake of the old. I think the old one was early 2000s, maybe late 90s. But the remake, it's essentially starting the story brand new. He's trying to become the Shaman King, so you got to go through all the shaman fights where, see who's the strongest one. But yeah, I think it's 13 episodes, all on Netflix. Dope so far.
All right, Bacardi.
I'm gonna go with it's a game I've been started playing called The Ascent. I can't remember who made it. I can't remember the developers by it, but it was it's like Diablo. So it's like pretty much like a Diablo based game, but it's futuristic. So it's almost like a cyberpunk. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
In a setting. So I've been it's 3. I think it's 3 or 4 player co-op, whatever. But it's it's that top down isometric. You know what I'm saying? Kind of whatever setup, but it's actually pretty like the way they put it. I think because it's like for me honestly I haven't seen a game in this I haven't seen a Diablo-esque game in that time period. So it's like now you're kind of doing more of like the hacking and having skills to like, you know what I'm saying, like to do all change your kind of power so you can do fire or electricity and things like, you know what I'm saying, so like augmentations. Okay. You know what I'm saying, like instead of it being like you getting like magic or whatever, you augment your body in ways to do certain things and do, you know what I'm saying. But it was free on Game Pass, so it's like for a free game to drop on Game Pass, it's definitely really I enjoy it a lot. Like it's been my new game I've been pretty much playing the most now. Okay. It's the only thing I hate about it has probably the longest load time I've ever had in my life. Like to start out, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's only one big load, and then after that it's kind of like smooth. But starting the game is like you might as well go make you a sandwich type of long time. Like for real.
And heat it up.
Right, and heat it up. Yes, make a toasted bun, all this shit. Like,
all right, then now always the OG recommendation, man. Make sure you go to GeeksetPodcast.com. We are
revamp for the articles.
I was just about to get into that. Go.
No, go ahead.
No, just go.
I completely forgot to tell. I heard you say that the website. Starting Monday, we'll be relaunching our blog.
Yep.
If you've been on the website before, we used to do articles and kind of fell off of it. So yeah, let's get back to it.
Yep, and then make sure you go check out the shop, man. The Geek official, our official flagship line. Check that out, man. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Geekset Podcast. One of the best ways to support us, man. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Sign up to the patreon.com/Geekset, and look for the Discord, man. A whole bunch of dope individuals just talking about geek shit. And yeah, this is our 100th episode, and we are the only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together.
We're a famous Geekset, bitch.
And we are out.
Peace.